Damn. Now we are live. Hello, everyone.
Hello.
It's
Hooray!
Thursday.
We
Hello.
have done the thing.
Hooray.
We've done the thing. Should we
Hooray.
do the thing?
I just gotta post in other places. Hello,
Oh
everybody.
no, it's echoing back at me.
Oh, no.
Uh-oh.
Echo,
That's not
echo.
good.
Echo.
This is that is decidedly bad. Oh, I need to.
No, it's because I have the string page not muted.
Ah, that was your first mistake.
No, the most crucial of mistakes.
Mm-hmm. That's
Curse
right.
your sudden but
Serious
inevitable
errors.
betrayal.
I was sharing some Firefly gifts with my Scum Villainy game earlier, as Kelsa knows.
I said, do you know? I was, like, the first one I was like, and then the second one and the third I was like, Saint's just been going through Firefly gifts.
I was trying to find a specific one, but I couldn't find it, so I was just like, I'll just share the ones that I found.
Love Scum and Villainy so much. Like, that game is just...
It's so
Amazing
much
game.
fun. We did not play this past week, unfortunately, but it's fine. Nothing bad has happened. This isn't a cursed
Nothing
mission.
bad ever happens in a
Nothing bad
Villain's
ever
game.
I'm certain everything is fine.
What?
I'm no reason to be worried for my characters.
We're what?
It
three
sounds fun.
We're 3 sessions in, and one of the characters is already overindulged, so we have a new character.
Look, I told you the first game of Scum and Villainy I ever ran, one of the players overindulged on the very first game, and then we got introduced to a second character who wound up being the best character ever.
Well, there you go. See? Perfect.
So-
Look, I like Wolf and I like Fox. They're both great
They are
for their
both
own
great.
reasons.
They're very different from each other, and I really enjoyed playing
They-
that up.
Yeah, they are, and I like that. I also like that most of the crew doesn't like Wolf. Fine with Wolf, hate Fox for whatever reason.
As long as they are not Outro's Deadpool character, we're good.
Oh.
No.
Wait.
Oh, no. No.
You mean Pistol? Pistol was a jewel.
Pistol never existed.
Let me Excalibur face
burned
at
in a
that
fire.
moment.
Hey,
Oh.
Aaron.
Yes, hon.
We've got the D&D Beyond overlay out.
I shall destroy it.
Also, I need some water.
Destroy.
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 Exterminate, annihilate, destroy.
Yeah.
Songs.
Yes, all the things. Yeah, we have a Scum of Villainy game because I have quite a few off-stream games, so I can talk about them, but it won't be good for everybody if you're missing the context.
We do have a game that we're in together that's
Also,
on a
don't make
stream.
Daisy voice
It's
unless I
true,
get to
we
play
do.
Rose.
And that's in 2 days, but we'll talk about
That
that
is in
during
2
the
days.
outro. No, stream title's not correct. This is session 10, though. It does have a 0 in it.
Stream title is not correct. I
Nice
definitely
session.
screwed
That's
that up.
Oh wow, yeah. That.
Yeah. It is
We-
session
we-
10, though. It
We
does,
died.
you
New
were-
Game
you were-
Plus, y'all.
New Game Plus. I mean, we have found out it's very easy to kill your characters in this. We knew this, but we got close to it. So it turns out, I reread Zweihander. Zweihander is an interesting thing of, it has a lot of rules, but it's also actually, like, when you read through it, it's, like, very streamlined. It's like, oh, a lot of things make sense, but, like, it's just a lot of stuff, so I forget. I forget a lot of things. We forget a lot of things collectively. But things like the GM section has like the like transgressions you have if you're a divine spellcast, if you're a divine magic user, and you upset your god. And Calliope might have to take a lot longer to recover because she pissed off the custodian. And pissing out the custodian at a minor level is you have to do a resolve test every morning you wake up, or you suffer from sleep deprivation.
Yep.
And you can't recover if you're suffering from sleep deprivation.
Oh, fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you're just gonna like make a dozen recovery rolls in a row, or not recovery. What was it? What's the
Resolve.
Resolve.
Resolve. Yeah.
Resolve. Okay. For some reason, I was like, it can't be resolve. That's blades.
Nope, resolve test is a thing in this. There is
Okay.
a talent. There is a talent in this game where you can replace resolve with some other skill. I don't remember what, but I remember reading. I was like, oh, that's interesting. Because a lot of the talents, there's only like one talent. Because there was a thing where it's like hazards and heal. It's like you need certain talent in order to be able to heal when you rest. None of the talents, like the normal talents, I think it's a profession trait, a profession thing you have to get. Like certain professions allow you to do it because none of the talents give you it. There's like a talent that like gives you like extra, like reducing your peril threshold, but that's like it. I will tell you the Leviathan one, because the Leviathan one is also interesting. I need to find it, though. The transgressions. Where are they? Oh, jeez.
Oh, one off-the-topic thing that I just found while you're looking for that. Live-action Magic School Bus movie confirmed.
What?
Oh God.
Yep, I saw
is
that.
insane.
I don't know how that's gonna pan out, but
Right,
that's a thing.
That's gonna be
Oh.
very interesting.
I'm eager to see the result.
I'm not.
I'm not excited about it, but it's a thing.
I mean, the reboot definitely like got swept under, so maybe they're
Yeah.
like, hey, let's go back to what the people actually want.
Yeah, I suppose so. I don't know.
Do you really think they're gonna do what the people actually want?
No, of course not. But I can hope.
You can
When
hope
in the history of ever, besides the Sonic movie, have they paid attention to what the people want?
Exactly.
I still have to watch a Sonic movie.
I
Still
do
have
too.
to
It's
do it.
actually
Yeah, I
worth your
haven't-
time.
I've
I
heard
haven't
it. I've heard
seen
that.
it either.
I
heard
love
that.
the Sonic
I have
movie,
to.
actually.
I've seen either the Sonic movie or Detective Pikachu.
Oh, Detective
I need to watch
Pikachu's
both.
gold. That's a really good movie.
I have not yet seen Detective Pikachu, and I'm not super interested in it because I'm not that into Pokemon, but also
Oh.
I'm still kind of interested in it despite not being into Pokemon.
I haven't
So
seen
the
either.
coolest thing about Detective Pikachu, in my opinion, was the Pokemon like real world feel of it. The story is kind of
It's very it's a very basic story.
right, but I kind of give it a pass just because the whole rest of the world building is very, very interesting.
And it's canonical to the Game Boy games, which is amusing. Or no, not the Game Boy games, but the was it the
Detective
games or
Pikachu
the
Game Boy game?
yeah no not the Detective Pikachu, but it's canon based on it was either
Like the Gen 1 game?
yeah
like
it's
Red and
Definitely
Blue?
not canon to Red and Blue.
yeah I was gonna say it was canon to the show, but I think that's not right, and I think it's canon to Red and Blue and basically
Oh.
the Game Boy world, because it takes place 20 years after Red challenges Mewtwo, which not a big spoiler alert because they showed it. Mewtwo is in it.
Yep.
But
They do.
Mewtwo references fighting a really strong trainer 20 years ago, and they're like, hey, that 20-year reference is, at the 20th anniversary of Red and Blue. So they're like, that's Red who he's referring to. And so
Yes.
it's like, oh, okay, cool.
Makes sense. Oh gosh. For the Leviathan thing, because we were talking about it earlier, Pikachu's cool, but
Yes, as you were saying.
until you attain atonement for your transgressions, you must flip the results to fail all skill tests related to water, such as use of athletics for swimming, and pilot for
gee.
sailing.
I am very glad I have not offended my goddess.
You
And
just
if you
kind of
offend-
drown. Oops.
If you offend the Leviathan even more, until you attain atonement for your transgressions, the only way to stave off dehydration is through the consumption of alcohol, as you must become intoxicated once a day. Otherwise, you suffer from starvation.
That's
Fun fact, that wouldn't actually work because alcohol makes you even more dehydrated.
Guess
it's
what?
magic.
It's magic.
you
But
can
why is the
live
rum
off
gone?
beer for a very long time, though. It's been proven. Because it's like caloric and it's not as dehydrating as like liquor. Good to know.
Beer's gross though.
No,
The more,
some of these
if
are
I get
just
stranded
bad.
on an island with a beer truck, I'll be okay.
Yep.
Some of these are just, yeah, they're just a lot. Like the custodian one where you have to do resolve tests or you get sleep deprived. Or the martyr,
That's
when
rough.
until you attain atonement for your transgressions, you must flip the results to fail all heal tests. In addition, all failed heal tests by your hand always lead to infection as you suffer one corruption in turn. Just,
I feel like I'm
Yikes.
glad I'm not a spiritual caster. Like,
yeah, I mean, you want
odds
to,
are Yes.
I mean, the other thing for chaos manifestations, if you're an arcane caster, is stuff like fluidic transmogrification. All liquids on your person instantly turn to brine.
That's good.
Ah, my blood!
No,
I'm very excited about that.
All an item poltergeist, an item in your primary or offhand goes flying off on its own accord, landing 3 miles away from you.
3 miles away. That's a freaking hike.
Yeah, it's like just random stuff.
awesome.
Jeez. Yeah. We don't have an arcane caster in our party, so it's fine. Nothing bad could happen.
It's really hard to land that roll. I wanted to.
Yeah,
we,
it is.
we don't have an arcane caster, therefore there's nothing that could possibly go wrong.
No, you can't have things
course.
like
Except for the divine magic seems pretty messed up too.
I mean, it's less bad in a different way,
Yeah.
because you can actually like the thing about divine punishment is you can atone for your sins.
Whereas if you
which
screw up
depends
with
on the god.
arcane, you get demons.
Yeah, if you screw up with arcane, just bad things happen. It's just like things like every piece of metal in your body is permanently magnetized.
All that iron in your blood.
Actually sounds like fun.
Ho, ho, ho.
Yeah.
You walk by like a blacksmith shop and get stuck to the anvil and can't move. You know?
I can't do it.
Ah, crap.
Ah, cream.
You are acutely aware that you have invited an abyssal fiend onto the material realm. You suffer 9 corruption.
Oh.
Jesus.
as you do, just 9 corruption.
Plenty of corruption.
I also
Yeah.
saw that one of the like drawbacks was deal with the devil, where you just start with a corruption rank because it's like
Yeah.
someone in your family made that Faustian deal, have a corruption. It's like, okay.
Congratulations.
Congratulations, here's corruption.
my drawback is fun, and I can't wait to roleplay that.
Yeah, well, let's talk about that a little. First things first, though. I have all the fortunes all available.
Yeah.
What's everybody's damage and peril thresholds? Because I wanna make sure.
Before we
I
get
do-
into that,
that was
has
something
Jenny
too.
finished Art of Creta.
Oh,
Oh yeah.
Did it get
Can we
linked?
show that on stream?
I placed it in my bio.
you placed it. You placed the updated one.
Yep.
Cool. Hold on, I'll pull that up.
It's very good.
Oop. I saw she was working on it before I passed out, and whoever helped her finish mine, I appreciate it, because I was dead to the world. Karida! There she is. I also like the eye tattoo. Did you
Yeah.
roll that she was missing an eyebrow, or was that just flavor?
She was missing an eyebrow.
Awesome. Nope, I gotta bring it up.
Missing an eyebrow is not awesome, but hey.
No,
I
but
mean,
I
it is
like.
if you
I
have
like.
a cool eyebrow tattoo.
Yeah, I was gonna say, but you got a cool eye tattoo to make up for it, so.
Well, the vicinity it is to the actual eye would have had like an eye swollen shut for a couple days.
Mm.
I
Look,
mean, she's gonna get so much dust and dander in that eye.
She's got eyelashes. Didn't say
It
anything
is-
about losing eyelashes.
Yeah.
look. This is a grim and perilous world. That happens.
Sometimes you get dust in your eyes. I'm
Yeah.
dealing with some type of something in my eye as we speak.
Yeah, but that's
Such a grim and perilous world.
Grim
I
and
know,
perilous,
so grim and
dust and
perilous.
dander.
So
But thank
we
you,
are.
Astani.
I think we have at least pictures for all of our currently active characters, so that's
Yes.
good.
Also, I want to point out that I still love Vice's picture because when you look at it just from the journal menu, it just looks like a shadow, and then you have to bring it up, and then it's just boom in your face.
I also forgot Vice is really short. I always forget
Yes.
that.
Yeah, he's
Yes,
Wolverine.
they are very, very short.
You're what?
They're 5'6",
what?
like holy shit.
Credits even
I mean,
shorter.
that fits the luchador thing though. That's why as soon as I
It
got
does.
as soon as I got brawler, and then I got 5'6", I was like, oh dude, I have to be a luchador. That's just too cool.
And Haikiko is super tall, right?
Yes.
Or
Yeah, Haikika is 5'9".
5'9".
Oh my.
Cassandra is 5'11", so I beat you.
Holy, wow, she's really tall. We'll
She's-
get to her.
5'2".
She's And slender. She's 5'11" and 145, which falls under that slender bracket apparently. I'm not good with weights because I'm overweight, so it's like I guess that's right. Maybe.
Join the club.
Look, you just freaking willow trees over here.
Yeah.
So yeah, let's look at our damage and peril threshold, and we can get introduced to Cassandra, because that's
So
a
I
big
think my peril threshold is 8 because it has 8, 14, 20, and 26.
I mean, like, where are you, like, seriously wounded, like that stuff?
Oh,
Not
I'm-
Oh
threshold.
no, I'm unhindered
track.
and
Track is the word
not
I was looking
wounded.
for. My bad.
I am currently
okay.
unharmed.
Good. That's
I
nice.
am all better.
I'm starting beat the fuck up now.
You start mugged.
Mhm.
Yeah. Everybody else, what are your tracks like?
I'm healed.
I have allergies in character. Very tried to mute, but I didn't.
And
get
I'm
that.
moderately wounded.
You're moderately wounded. Okay, that's kind of serious.
I'm fine.
Okay. Excellent.
Let me check to be sure, but I think I'm fine.
Oh yeah, you just check it out.
Yeah, I'm fine.
What's it all about?
So last time, y'all prevented the assassination of the prince. The prince. Oh jeez, I forget his name because I have a lot of notes. The Prince Farhad al Abifa. The Prince of Abifa, heir to Abifa, was almost assassinated.
Dare we say
he wasn't assassinated.
King Abifa now?
I don't know if he's technically the Emir. He has to get crowned, but that's a whole thing. Yeah, so he almost got assassinated. Luckily, somebody took a bullet for him. Well, several people did. Took bullets for him, including Calliope, who's now bedridden.
For a while.
Also in a little bit in the shithouse with her god. Just a little
Only
bit.
a little bit, though.
Just a little bit. She's just gonna suffer from sleep deprivation like every other day, probably. How is her resolve, actually? How good is she at doing resolve tests? I imagine she's actually pretty decent.
The resolve. Could I have her sheet here too? Resolve.
It's a willpower thing.
Yes, it's a
Oh,
willpower.
yeah, she's like pretty good at it. Okay.
A decent chance.
Yeah, she's got like a 50-50 chance every day of not being in total shit.
I'm gonna roll just to see. Somebody's got some background noise going there.
Yeah, I just turned on the air. Give me just a second.
Oh yeah, let it acclimate to it. Cool. And
Yes, fabulous he.
Just to see what the chance there is. Nice.
There you go. Oh, you shouldn't have the difficulty things, but that's,
you're right. Nah, we need to crank that down.
You would have succeeded anyway, because I know it was 49 is your.
Let's all just take a moment and appreciate that, though. Nice.
Nice. But yeah, so we did that, but then, you know, there were people shouting that obviously that the prince has been assassinated, which is of course, somebody who wasn't invited, which would be Vice, heard that the prince was assassinated. And so there's a lot of confusion about that, and trying to deal with this whole conspiracy thing. Because obviously this is probably part of the conspiracy. Probably. You're not quite sure on that one. But you'll have the next moves. You got a few people to move against. Because you have the Hierarch, the Commander, and the Ambassador. Are your 3 people that you have tracked down at this point.
Have I connected the dots that the ambassador is the one who had me in the basement? Well, the shady shack.
I don't have y'all communicated about that, because the person who is like the ambassador is yeah, I didn't think so. So the answer is no, because you haven't gotten that information as of now. You just know that he's some high-class dude, who's not Sadefi. So there is that. But yeah, I mean, if you can get that communication, you could do it. If you put those dots together, you can put those dots together. But currently, you might not have.
Currently,
Yeah, but Calliope's in a bit of a bad way, aka bedridden. So we have somebody else showing up. Question is how, I suppose. Arindis, did you happen to have an idea of how Cassandra might show up, or how Cassandra might know one of the other members of the crew?
I was gonna say that they're a big fan of Vice.
Okay, yeah, we can totally do that. That's
Sweet.
always a good one.
It's
Yeah.
another member of the Slayers.
I mean, could be.
So I actually had a question about this. Were you, since you were a noble and you're a bravo, maybe you remember the Lost Scions?
I could be. That I was trying to remember the different mercenaries, and I think that is an option.
Yeah.
But yeah,
They are duelists and champions, a mercenary company, the noble and ultra wealthy.
ultra wealthy. Yes.
Yeah, they're based out of the Opal district. They're
Ah,
literally the
there's
rich person mercenary.
Mhm.
Yeah. Do I have a fuller description of them? I do. A mercenary company made up of scions of nobles and the ultra wealthy who are without inheritance, looking to keep their status. Have a lot of duelists and champions.
Yeah, that would work.
Okay, cool. So yeah, being a fan of Vice, certainly a thing. 100%. Yeah, so you are you find Vice, I guess, is the thing for this.
And they would probably be in like our tavern that we hang out at, like the open tavern kind of thing.
Yeah,
waiting for
sure.
everybody. Like they know Calliope is down for the count, so they're just kind of waiting for everybody else to figure out what the next move is, who we're gonna like investigate next.
Yeah. So Cassandra, what do you look like? Describe your approach.
For the base description, Cassandra is tall, slender. They have massive, curly, ginger locks that frame a freckled face with gray eyes. They're dressed very nicely, way too nice for this district. They have a mortuary sword at their hip, and then one of those like half capes over the other arm. Which will come in later because that is what my iconic trapping was. I took the mantle.
I was going to ask.
Yes, I saw that. I was trying to find an offhand weapon, and nothing stuck out until I found the mantle on Main Ghost, and I was like, "This is perfect." So they have the half cape that keeps the other arm hidden when they duel. But she probably comes in and spotting Vice, tries not to like fangirl out, but goes over to the bar and just like very casually has the bartender send him an expensive drink.
Yeah, Vice, the bartender comes over to you, puts a drink down, it's just like, paid for.
Oh, from who?
And just like motions down to the bar, just like, a benefactor. Didn't really want to say the name.
So they will definitely take the drink, and I feel like Vice has like a small like zipper on the mask, so they can kind of flip it open and like, take a sip.
Right.
And Luca's like, wait, no, it could be poison.
You don't do the Spider-Man thing. You just kind of casually lift.
No, because that would display way too much of their face. It's mystery, you know. They got to keep as much hidden as possible.
Yeah, there we go. No, it's poison.
I just got it to zipper over the face where the mouth is. Okay.
Yeah, like you know how it has the circle right here. I feel like it's got like a little spot where like they can just like lift it up and take a sip and like close it up.
It's a little straw.
But Vice kind of like looks at Luke and is like, got anything for poison? Because it tastes really good.
Sweet death.
No, I'm all out of antidotes. It'll cost twice as much as normal today.
Oof.
God damn it.
Well,
I look at the bartender and I say, if I die, put my tab on Lucas.
the bartender just nods.
I'm like, no, that's not how this is going at all.
Right. All the more reason for you to keep me alive then, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, totally.
But in all seriousness, I doubt that's poison. You have a little bit of a fan. You have a little bit of a fan base. You should go see what's up.
So not knowing who it came from, I just kind of stand up on the stool and yell "Salud!" and I chug the rest. Make like a big thing of it.
Of course you do.
Yeah, this is Vice we're talking about.
Because they're Vice.
It's what they do.
So I feel like I'm gonna need to make a roll here.
Yeah, if you want to the draw attention to yourself roll. Unfortunately, conspicuous is not a thing in this game.
Right.
The burning wheel part of me is like, if only we had that. But I think it was rumor was what we used last time, which is
okay. Rumor it is.
God,
hey, it's a crit.
Oh, it's a crit. Nicely done. Hell yeah. Yeah, you have some of your fans.
They're an entertainer. They know their craft.
Yeah, for sure. You have not only do you have some of your fans like in the market, you of course some of the shopkeepers are your friends. So there's a big cheer goes up in the parts of the market that can hear you. And there's like a small group of people who come over. It's like, hey, it's Vice.
Hey, it's Vice.
Vice.
I'll sneak in. I'll sneak in with the crowd of fans.
Okay. Yeah, this isn't so. This being the like time period, more the culture that this isn't a like people ask for autographs. This is more a people like asking you questions type of crowd, and fawning over you.
They want to know how you get that arm bar so perfect.
I touched his elbow.
Yeah, that exactly, and it's like, how did it feel to fight the rickshaw? And like, what's your next fight gonna be? Who are you gonna challenge? Like that kind of stuff.
So I feel like they are very praising of their opponents because that leads to good. That leads to you getting like better matches with other people and stuff. If your opponents know that you respect your opponents, it can lead to easier setups for next time. So they go on to like praise the rickshaw for a great fight. They definitely like respond to the questions about like how their combat works, like oh, I studied like this kind of jujitsu, and like this is where like I worked on my arm bars, and like they get like they don't go too deep into it because you gotta keep the secrets. You can't tell them the secret ingredient to the secret sauce, but you give them just enough to satiate them.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, yes. Also leading to you not getting knifed in the locker room. Thank you, chat.
Yes, very true.
Yeah,
always important.
Shanked. Look, professional wrestling, it's a very cutthroat sport, as you might say. Yeah, no, the crowd is eating it up. They are eating this up because you're this is part of your reputation. Like you are the respectful luchador. You got that going for you. But you can cut a good promo when you need to. For sure.
Yes. I feel like Vice is definitely the face, if you will.
Yeah. We're gonna shift the camera over from you and Cassandra being in the crowd to the rest of our party, which is of course Iluka, Haikeka, and Kreta. Y'all are at the bar currently, or I assume you are. You might be somewhere else in the area. Who knows? That's up to you.
I'm at the bar. I was accompanying. I can't say that word. Accompanying. Yeah, there you go.
Where's Kreta?
Face. Not face.
Vice.
There we go. And once he like stood up on the stool, I kind of like went back and I kind of chilled with Kreta and Haikeka.
Yeah, where is Kreta? That's a good question.
Probably.
And how many pistols do you have now?
I saw what you posted there earlier, Shae, about arriving after checking on Calliope. I definitely think that Haikeka was also checking on Calliope, so perhaps we arrived together.
Yeah. So yeah, the two of us probably walk in like just as he gets on the stool and shouts, and it's like, yep, there they are.
Yeah, and it's like, oh, well, they're doing their thing, so this will take a little while.
Sit down at an adjacent table so that the swarm goes past us.
Yeah, they definitely go past you. You sit at your table, not drinking your drink because that's for Haikeka to do.
Yep, I order the drink and I don't drink it.
That means things are back to
think-
some sort of normality.
Yes.
For sure. It means things are not as broken because hey, it's fine. Something you do notice though while things are happening, like the three of you, you know, the promo's going on, like the promo in quotation marks, the Q&A is going on. There is a you see there's one crowd here, but like near the opposite side of the market, like it's gone out a bit. It's in the Lapis district right now. You see like a group of disheveled people are starting to come together, and like they have signs, they've got like tools and other instruments of various sorts, and they're coming together right now. Like doesn't look like they have that much direction, but they're kind of like, and they're all people that like they're all from what you can tell generally non-Sedefi. And like you can, if you look closer, the signs are things like, there's not a lot of people who can read here, so a lot of the signs are pictorial.
Oh, thank God.
Yeah. Just because I was like, most people don't know how to read, so there's not gonna be things to be able to read. They are mostly symbols of like symbols of rivers, like a river and like ships and like crops and stuff like that. But yeah, that's going on right now. It looks like a protest is coming together, is what's happening.
Fantastic.
Mm-hmm.
Good for them,
Can I discern that it's the refugees?
It's definitely the refugees, because you've been keeping track of that.
Do you happen to know what it is about?
I have a feeling that this is going to get louder before it gets quieter. There's been refugees flooding in. Supposedly there was a marsh plain flood.
How many of the refugees have come to the Leviathan's temple?
Oh, that's a good
Especially
question.
if they are fleeing a flood.
Yeah, so yeah, they're fleeing. That's a good question. Let me just roll something. Let me get a good idea. That's a 1. Okay.
Okay.
So the answer is quite a few. Like there are like a good number that have come, even to your temple, because you know you're a cultist. You're not quite the I will say in large quotation marks mainstream Leviathan worship, because there is no real mainstream Leviathan worship, as you know. But
Which I don't know why that amuses me so greatly, but I love it.
look, hipster Leviathan worshipers.
I was gonna say, of course you're the hipster religion. Yeah.
Of course I am. Of course I am. So then I think probably Haikeka is gonna go and like find someone in the crowd that she knows.
Okay.
Like they've like had some people come into the temple before, so it's someone that they have interacted with, like come as a refugee, come as a petitioner to Leviathan for whatever reason. I'm sure that they have spoken to somebody in this crowd. There's I mean, I can make a roll for it for sure, but I'm confident that they can find somebody.
I would like you to make a circles roll, but circles isn't a thing in this game, so I don't know what skill. Rumor was the thing I was thinking. I think
Fellowship
That's what I would
charm?
go with as well.
Charm?
I think rumor. It's either charm or rumor. Charm's also up there. I think rumor's just a general like getting people, versus charm is if you had somebody like specifically, I think.
Right, like I feel like if you were talking to somebody and like negotiating price or something, that's more of a charm. But like trying to find somebody that you've spoken to previously would be more of a rumor. I don't know. It's
It's
definitely
like
not clear
rumor
cut.
based on my choices.
Mhm.
Yeah. Well, that's a 3.
3.
Nice.
So the answer is yes.
Yeah. So what do you give me a detail about this person? Give me a detail. Like maybe something they do, maybe some like physical trait they have.
They're a net weaver.
Ooh, I like that. That's a very cool thing. Okay. I gotta do a couple of rolls. So 1 second. Okay, his name is, and he has a Sanskrit name.
Ooh.
That's fun.
That's very fancy.
Fancy.
I just gotta get things open. So I didn't have my name generators open because I wasn't planning for this. It's fine. So I will
What? You
start as ending
you
things.
weren't planning on.
You don't just
Weren't
know
prepared.
Sanskrit names off the top of your head, Saint?
No. He's a
How dare you?
he's a net weaver and a refugee. Very cool. Okay, and his name is first Sanskrit. Oh, okay. His name is Varsin
Larson.
or Varkin. I don't know which. I don't know if Sanskrit has K's in it, so it's Varsin. Varsin the Netweaver, I guess.
Cool name.
Yeah, very cool name. So he is a man in his he's definitely in his 40s. He
I think
he
he's
has
a very large beard.
I was thinking that too. Yeah.
If he hangs
very
out with the
large
hipsters,
beard.
it has to be a large beard.
He has a very
Need a
large
ginger
beard.
beard. I want a ginger beard.
Uh, he has very large beard, but balding head hair.
It's a very dignified side part.
Hair is just migrating, is what you're saying.
He looks like there are a few characters from Tintin that he looks like that I'm thinking of. Yeah, no, he's got like very large beard, balding head hair, and he definitely has some like pretty significant scars that are on his forearms.
Like burn scars or cut scars?
Cut scars.
Like,
You want to know how he got those scars?
I mean, that is the question, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. They're like on the tops of his forearms, not like this side of the forearms.
Just to be clear, yes.
Yeah. This is not a self-harm thing. This is a lots of experience with needles and stuff being around him and things being dangerous.
Things being dangerous in a dark and grim and perilous world. What?
What?
No,
That
that
doesn't sound unreasonable
Yeah.
at all, actually. So yeah, I want to talk to him. So Varsin, thank you. Good to see you.
What
Go ahead and take
language?
it.
What language are you speaking to him in?
I would default to whatever I'd spoken to him previously, which I'm being presumptuous in thinking that it would be Sadefi. So
You
it
could do
probably isn't.
Okay. Yeah. No. This is where you get to tell me because he is not Sadefi is a thing.
Right. No. Right. Exactly. And possibly.
Go ahead.
I was going to say, I speak a lot of languages, and possibly
Yes, you do.
one of the reasons why he wound up interacting with me is because I knew a different language than.
Since they're a net weaver, it could be Sailor Creole.
It could be Sailor
Ooh.
Creole. I can also tell you he's from the Covenant. So one of the Covenant, he definitely speaks at least one of the Covenant languages.
Where's my languages list that tells me what these languages
World
even mean?
basics, top of your
World
news.
basics.
Okay,
Top
so
of the
I
morning
speak
to you.
sorry. But yeah, I feel
Did
like
you
maybe we.
Didn't you take Zebastani or is that somebody else?
No, it's somebody else.
Okay.
I took the main languages and then Sailor
Right.
Creole.
And then Sailor Creole. Okay.
So maybe we'd originally spoken in Nithari, but then realized that we communicated better in Sailor Creole, and so at which point I'm probably talking in Sailor Creole
Totally.
as I approach him.
Yeah, I can. That makes sense for me. Yeah. So you come up to him and you go into Sailor Creole, and he says the same response. Like he's like,
Okay.
Leviathan take you as well. Well, you were asking like what's going on here, basically. And he was like,
Basically, yeah.
yeah. He's just he says, oh, have you not heard? Apparently, your council, your gilded council has decided that supplies can't be shipped out of the city. Something about stockpiling them or something?
I certainly have not heard that.
Well,
Seems-
that's we can't have that happen. There's still people that are left behind that need help, and we need help as well, and we have not gotten it.
See. And I'm certain you've already spoken to... And I, like, look around, and I'm not even sure outside of the church hierarchy who you would talk to for this sort of thing.
That's a good question. So, this is how the city operates. Each of the districts is run by a faction. In the Lapis district, you would know this because you know the ship captains pretty well. The ship captains cooperatives in charge of the Lapis district. But all of the seven guilds, in quotation marks, guilds that are in charge all go to the gilded. They're part of the gilded council, and the gilded council is like the top level thing. They are the noble assembly, the assembly of the rich that have power over the city is the thing. The other ones, right. just to give a rundown for everybody of who the 7 are. In the Lapis district, it's the ship captains cooperative. In the Alabaster district, it is the College of Clergy. So it's the 6 primary priesthoods, which you would of course know about as well, being of the Leviathan. In the Bloodstone district, it is the universities in charge. In the Charcoal district, the Guild of Armorers are in charge. The Emerald district, the League of Magnates is in charge, which Mr. Bahar is part of. The Opal district, technically the Gilded Council's in charge, but the guild that's in charge of the district itself is the Bankers Guild. And then the Ruby district is run by the dealers. Or technically the House of Cups, but their House of Cups is a front for the dealers, and that's like a whole thing. But yeah, those are the 7.
Sure. They're the criminal organization that has a legit front. That's the one.
Exactly. The House of Cups, totally legit. Definitely nothing suspicious about them. 100% legal.
100% no.
But also, if they try to take your drugs, just swallow them.
And then you'll be thrown out the district.
I remember that very important lesson.
It's a good rule.
Good rule.
So yeah, that's.
So who you would talk to is a complicated question.
Yeah, and I think I kind of leave it at I'm sure you talk to, and then realize just how completely out of my depth I am, because I take a dozen politicals.
Yeah, you're also you're also a lowborn, so for you're my landlord?
Exactly.
For you, it's the church, so you just be gosh.
Yeah, I'm sure you talked to the church. Wait, I obviously did. I was there. Okay.
Yeah, you would talk to. Of course, you talk to Goran. Wait a minute. So, yeah.
So yeah, basically that.
Yep. That's and he's angry along with all the other refugees that are with him. He just keeps going Taylor Creel. It's just we haven't found another way. The ship captains are with us on this. We know that, or at least the ones that we have talked to, because they can't, but they are not all in charge, apparently. It's just puts his hands up, just whatever.
Well, to be perfectly honest, I have no idea how the city is run. And I say, with this huge smile, that explains everything, but it literally explains nothing. And I'm is there anything that myself or my friends could do to help you?
I mean, you have helped a lot, but of course, I think the people here could always use the ministry of the Leviathan. But, and I think he looks over and sees Kreta, who looks like a member of the Slayers. I don't think he knows who Iluka is. He just sees somebody.
I'm trying to sell him tinctures.
Good. Yeah, you look
I have the finest tinctures in the entire.
Yeah,
city.
yeah, and
I told you I don't need any tinctures right now.
I feel like Luke is like sponsored by Vice, you know.
Oh God, you would.
All the time after their fight.
So a mercenary and a huckster walk up to the group.
Yes.
Great. Just what we need.
I think he looks over at like the Slayer and he looks back at you and is just like, "Are you friends with that?" And I think he gives a word for like there is a word that he uses that isn't Sailor Creole. It's like one of the covenant languages.
But not Mythology.
No, it's not Mythari. It's something else from like where he comes from.
Course.
It's not barbarian. Like I think if you had known if you knew the language, it translates to something like something along the lines of like Slayer of Men, basically. He's like, you friends with them?
I'm friends with lots of people. They're definitely one of my close friends. Yes.
No, it's just like, well, I think. I mean, considering their friends are the ones who seem to be, enforcing here. Getting them on our side seems like a good thing, no?
It's a good point. Greta? I call you over.
I see Iluka's doing his thing. I was gonna...
They're doing their thing.
I was gonna ask them what they knew about the refugees, but I see they're busy, so I get called over. I'll stand up and I'll walk over.
Yeah, you see this like man in his 40s, like very large beard and balding head hair, who has been speaking to Haikeka, and he looks at you, just like kind of not sure what to make of you.
I am short and ripped.
Yeah, so he's just like
Just swollen.
Yeah. And I think he looks back at you, Haikeka, and he says, does your friend speak our language? As being referenced to Sailor Creole.
I have no idea what you are saying.
I
have
took
no
the
idea.
opportunity to immediately show that I know how to speak it.
Do you just go over from the tinctures that you're not selling to these people because these people don't have money?
Yes.
Just go over here. Okay, yeah, totally.
I look back at her. How do you keep doing that?
Well,
It's like you just appear.
And Varson points at Iluka's like, is this also one of your friends?
Yes, they are fantastic. The tinctures, and I kind of try to
sell them.
Vanna White it for a second,
Okay,
but
perfect.
They
I'm
are?
the most awkward person in existence, so
And I just
I
say,
don't think
they
it
are?
works in any way.
He's just like, oh, okay. He looks, Varson looks at you, and Luca's just like, I'm Varson. You are friends of Haikeka and Leviathan.
I am Kreta.
Yes.
He's, unfortunately for you, Kreta, you still don't know what he's saying because he's speaking Sailor Creole.
I'm just reading their expressions.
Yeah, you're reading the expression of it's like, and you say that, and he just like looks to you, and he understands what you said because he knows a little bit of Sidefi. He knows a little bit. He's like, he nods, and he,
I can translate for them.
that would be good. My Sidefi is not so good. And he points at you. He stands in a way that it like Kreta, you know he's speaking to you, even though he's speaking a different language.
Mm-hmm.
And he starts saying Haikeka or Iluka or both. You can translate this. Just like, you are and he gives that word, that Slayer of Men word. We are looking to get these supplies that this council of this city has taken. And I know you are not of the city as well, so maybe you will help us. You and your band will help us in securing them. Would that be something possible?
I look to Heike, can I
I
look up the
translate
translation?
everything except that one word that I don't really know.
Yeah.
But I think I can infer it. I'm like, he says you are, and then like I point to your like get up, a slayer, I think, and wants
That's true,
to
I am
know
a
if you
slayer.
could help. Yeah. Like probably, if anyone would recognize that phrase, even though she doesn't know the language, Kreta probably knows what other languages would refer to that company,
Yeah.
right?
For sure, yeah. You like, I think Kreta, you've heard enough like people calling the Slayers like the different things the other languages. So you pick up on that. You just don't pick up on the rest of what this guy was saying.
That's fair. What do I know anything about the what are they? The Council of
Oh, the Gilded Council?
Yeah, the Gilded Council.
Yeah. You want to do a folklore for me?
Is it folklore or rumor?
Yeah, this would be like a history. I guess the question is, do you want to know like the history of the council, or do you want to like know current events?
I want to know current events. Like, what do I know about them taking their supplies?
Yeah. So yeah, roll a rumor. I think it's just standard. Like you had opportunities, but like you were also busy doing other things, like being a bodyguard. So
very busy.
Yeah. So we'll see.
Did it? Oh.
So standard rumor.
There we go.
Hey, nice. Okay, yeah. So lately, the Gilded Council lately, you heard this. You heard some herald shouting about this somewhere. There was a vote that they had like not too long ago, like probably like 5 or 6 days ago, where apparently, and it was apparently a very close vote, from what you heard. Like, you don't know the exact details of that, but like close vote that they moved to stockpile emergency supplies. That's what you heard.
Okay, and these emergency supplies are from the...
They're from here.
Okay.
They're from the city. It's just strange because this is like a city of trade and stuff like that, so it's like, this is kind of weird because you've been here for long enough where it's like they haven't really done this before.
Yeah, that shouldn't be happening.
Yeah. So, if you had gotten a crit, you probably know like who was part of this, like who voted what way, that kind of thing. But unfortunately, you're gonna need more to go into more information if you want that kind of stuff, like who voted what way and like details and that kind of stuff.
I did also get. I did also pick up rumors previously about where is my information? Not the hierarch, Al-Hakmi.
Oh, the commander.
Yeah, who was gathering loyalists.
Yes, she was gathering loyalists.
Would I be able to discern if they're like gathering supplies too, or trying to like are they part of it?
You would assume that if they're doing that, they're probably also gathering like supplies and stuff, because in order to gather an army, you need supplies.
Yeah.
So you figure they might be part of it, especially because they are a militia commander, and the militia reports to the Gilded Council, being the military of the city.
Yeah.
So yeah, those things are probably connected.
This might actually tie into what we were investigating previously.
He stands there blinking because he doesn't understand what you're saying.
I'll definitely translate. Or
Okay.
would you like to jump in with that? And I'll translate for him, and you can translate for Kreta.
Both try to translate over top of each other, and it's just real awkward, just like our characters.
We could do the circle of translation. Yeah, the circle of translation I hear you suggesting.
Translation telephone.
Kreta, Iluka translates for Kreta. Varson, Ikeka translates for Varson. It's just a circle.
Perfect. Flawless.
Sounds great.
You have a name. If we can uncover that they are doing this for their own gain and not what it is meant to be.
Go ahead.
Yeah, and I'm more talking to Iluka and
Ikeka than this guy.
Yeah,
fair.
and just thinking out loud.
Okay. For sure.
Like I'm sure they're translating, but
Yeah, I was
it's
gonna
like
say.
He nods, just like, I don't
Actually-
understand what's going on here.
Like, especially if we're doing the circle translation and Iluka is translating for you, that definitely seems like something we
yeah,
can
and
translate.
I'm probably not making eye contact as I'm thinking out loud, but then I'll look at this guy and say, if I discover that they are withholding supplies unjustly, I will see to it can be relinquished.
He gets that translated. He nods. It's just that's more than the other mercenaries I've talked to. So thank you.
And then I ask, do you happen to have any information on the individuals who are perhaps withholding these supplies?
He kind of just thinks and looks to the crowds, just mercenaries. They work for this council or whatever, but just for him, it's just toughs are toughs, basically.
Yeah.
Soldiers are. So for him, it's soldiers, mercenaries are mercenaries, and soldiers are soldiers. It doesn't really matter to him. So, he's a net weaver. He doesn't freaking know.
No, yeah, it's Kreta's got that look like she's slowly piecing things together.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yes, it is strange that this is happening, and it should not be.
Yeah.
I'll see if anything can be done.
Yeah, and Varson just looks to you again, Haikeka, and then looks back to you, Kreta. It's just could you convince your compatriots to help us in our cause, or?
I say we are currently dealing with our own circumstances, but if we could exchange help, you help us with ours and we help you with yours.
I'll also oh shoot, what was I about to
I
ask?
think Haikeka just nods enthusiastically because they just want to help everybody all the time.
Oh, we're just puppy.
If
I'm picturing Haikeka as a puppy. Automatically, my brain goes to cute derby puppy, cute puppy doing cute stuff. All of a sudden, pounces on and catches a small creature. Blood spurts everywhere as it shakes it to death, and then drops it at your feet, and then wags its tail because it's such a good dog and did what it was supposed to do.
I brought you this murder present, human. Eat. You are too
Yes,
weak.
exactly. Please eat my murder present. That's 100% Haikeka.
I think I have. I think I already have a lead. But what kind of assistance are you requesting?
He didn't expect to get this far, so he's just wait a minute. He's give me a second. Then he turns to the rest of the crowd and starts speaking to some people. And I think we'll cut away from there back to Vice and to Cassandra. While they're talking to the crowd. Vice, your crowd is starting to disperse.
Right. I also feel like Vice, seeing everybody kind of talking to this other person, kind of is anxious to get back over to the group to try to figure out what's going on. So they're kind of winding down, oh, come see me at the next event, and talking about I'm trying to get a match with, like, I don't know, Phoenix. Phoenix will be my next opponent. I'm going to challenge them.
Phoenix, perfect.
And you know, we'll work on that. So they're generating the hype. You know, get the hype
get
the next event.
For sure. Yeah, Cassandra, you are left generally alone. I think there are a couple other people like go to the bar. Which the bartender is like, good, generating business for me too.
A business.
A business.
I got to touch his
Which
elbow.
would probably be like, hey, get a drink at the bar, you know, blah blah blah. Like, you know, this place is great.
But yeah, Cassandra, you have Vice in front of you. They look anxious to get somewhere else.
Yeah.
What do you do?
Well, he was largely not part of that conversation, so I can't segue into roping myself into helping him. I probably
you can be, you know, you are an aristocrat, right?
Mm-hmm.
You can there are ways you can just be like, hey, Vice, I'm a big fan, like that kind of stuff.
I also certainly feel like if she was alone, Vice would definitely like address her before moving on. It's not like he would just completely ignore her, standing there looking at them and like just peace out, right? So you know, Vice would say something to the effect of like, you know, can I help you with something, or you know.
I was just hoping, or I was just wondering if you enjoyed the drink.
Oh, I certainly did. I was glad it was not poison. My friend seemed to think it was.
Are you sure it wasn't poison?
They call across the bar. Well, I'm not dead yet. We'll see in another hour or two.
It would be very strange
I give
for
like an enthusiastic thumbs up.
It would be very strange for the bartender to poison you. I did not even have contact with the alcohol, nor would I really have a reason to poison one of my favorite entertainers. I saw how you handled the rickshaw. It was very impressive.
I'm glad you enjoyed the match. Yeah, it was great. It was a lot of fun. I am looking forward to the next one.
I do a bit of fighting myself, but nothing so stylish as your own work.
Judging on your appearance, you look like some kind of duelist, maybe?
I am indeed. I'm a member of a certain organization, not as blasé as the Slayers, but we do good work.
Interesting.
Yeah, Vice, you would definitely know who the Lost Scions are, for sure.
Okay.
The Lost Scions...
Would they immediately stand out as a member of the Lost Scions?
So, this is an interesting thing for this city. Not a lot of people, walk around with swords at their hips. That's not really a thing, especially rich people. You know this as somebody, who's, one, a burger, and two, is an entertainer. Rich people in this city are, they're there to show their wealth, and they usually do that through, very, expensive clothing and stuff like that, but they are not sword nobles, so to speak.
Right. They're not armed themselves, they have people for that.
Yeah, they have people for that, which is why mercenaries are so popular.
Right.
So this is a person where it's either they are just they are doing that noble thing of they want to be fashionable, they want to create that new fashion thing of you wear a sword at your hip, or they're a Lost Scion. You also tell it they're also not from the city. Generally tell probably from the way Cassandra dresses mostly that she's not from the city.
Excuse me, Miss Scion, are you lost?
You're in the wrong district.
As a matter of fact, no, I'm exactly where I want to be.
But yeah, you have a pretty good assumption that she's pretty good idea of that.
So what are the Scions, just so that I'm caught up?
The Lost Scions, I will give you a breakdown. They are duelists and champions. They're a mercenary company of the noble and the ultra wealthy. They're basically people nobles and the heirs of the ultra wealthy who don't have inheritance. They go and they join the Scions. They can
they're the third, fourth, and fifth child who is far down the rung that they need something to do.
Right.
Exactly. They're the ones that are so far down the rung that they join the military. They in other settings, but in this setting, it's a case of they'll go join the military company.
Right, I get you.
Yeah.
So Vice would definitely say something like, God.
I was gonna say all the mercenary companies. There's a factions thing on our thing, and they're in the force section, as makes sense.
Well, Vice would definitely say something to the effect of like, I am definitely like interested in learning to fight with weapons. Like I use some weapons occasionally, but I'm mostly just a fist fighter currently. So maybe we could get together at some point, and I can teach you a few things, and you can teach me a few things.
Oh, is that so? Aren't you a cheeky one offering after I buy you a drink? I could show you how to handle a sword if you really wanted.
Get around!
He said he wanted to show me a few things. Sorry, that's just that high fellowship kicking in.
So I guess Vice would say like, so what brings you to town? Just waiting for the next fight, or specifically here for something else and happened to come upon me?
Well, I was hoping to catch a new fight, but it seems that she's been out of commission for a little while.
Yes, unfortunately one of my friends was ambushed in the street, so I had to fight some people off. I got shot, actually.
Are you looking to be getting revenge, then?
Oh, no, we took care of them.
There's a bit of disappointment then, and it's like, well, I suppose if you ever need,
you should have seen the other people, you know.
Indeed, if they're anything like what happened to the rickshaw, then I believe it. Well, if you're ever needing a second, or even a first, I'd be around for a while. I'll go find somewhere to, or like give like tip of the cup and be like, oh, I'll just go off and find something to drink, because he looked like he was ready to head off somewhere anyways.
They did, it's true.
And then I approach.
So I think Vice would definitely say something to the effect of like, you know, if I need some muscle, would you be interested?
Of course, always looking for more work.
Do you have like contact information on where I could get in touch with you?
Yes, you can send a.
What's your cell phone number?
You can have a pigeon tweet at.
You would probably refer to a building. Is probably the easiest thing to do in a city like this, and before that kind of technology exists. But you're just like, here's an address, basically.
Yep, I give him the address to whatever the like meeting place is at the Opal District.
Yeah, the main Scion, like, God, what would it be? It wouldn't be a barracks. It would be like a, compound. Or I guess it would be a barracks. They have a fancier name for it though, because they're a
compound maybe.
The fancy
compound,
barracks.
yeah, compound. Yeah, compound is a good one. Yeah, the Scion's compound that's in the Opal District.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I definitely let her know that I will get in touch with her if something comes up.
Okay. Yeah.
Then I'll make my way off to the rest of the crew.
Yeah, Cassandra, you watch as they go off to join the rest of their crew, and you see this a bunch of poor, disheveled people gathered together at the outside of the market, kind of with no direction right now. And that crew, whoever Vice's crew is, seems to be talking to one of them. What do you do?
I'm just gonna watch them from somewhere else. I'll find a booth or something.
Sounds good.
Creepy.
Yep.
So Vice would definitely walk over and just be like, hey, is everything okay? I saw you guys from over there.
Go ahead.
Someone is looking into hiring the Slayers.
That's the short answer.
I mean, whenever you're involved, Credit, I just automatically assume it's something dangerous, so...
It usually is. I'm gonna fill them in on everything I was told thus far, and then just kind of like lower my voice afterwards and say, I have a suspicion it is a certain militia commander involved.
Well, I do know we're a person down, and I just actually got an offer for some extra muscle if you are interested. There's a Scion in the town currently, and she was just asking me if there is a... Well, I offered her a spot in our group if we had one. So I know with Calliope being out of commission for the next little bit, maybe she could help.
If
More the
their sword
merrier.
is not just simply there for show.
Well, I don't know that for a fact. They are definitely dressed to fight. That is all I can say for the moment. I mean, she may just be trying to do some fancy noble fashion, but
Well,
from the way she sounded, she seemed like she could fight, or at least thinks she can fight.
what we're doing is going to end up being very dangerous, especially if we're going after supposed what's the word? Demon worshipping members.
I mean, she is a member of the Scion's Mercenary Company. That's the address she gave me, so...
It's your call, I suppose.
I think we'll take her along. I mean, it can't hurt, and, well,
It
at
technically
the very
it
least,
can,
it's
but I trust
another
you.
person to take some aggression.
Let's skin off my back.
Exactly.
I probably totally used that phrase entirely wrong. It's fine.
Whatever.
I don't want anybody to skin you either, Luca.
I think
Who
Varson.
do you want to be skinned?
Of course, I asked Psychica, creepily, like...
I mean, to be fair, anytime that they want someone to be skinned, they just contact the face dancer.
Oh yeah, there you go.
Quite literally.
Yeah. Varson makes his way back and sees that Vice is here. I don't know if Varson knows who Vice is. I'm not. Let me roll. Let me roll to see if he knows who you are.
If it's a crit, he's also a fan.
Been here.
At least a week. We know that.
Okay.
So.
So there has been at least one. And if it's only been a week, then it's very possible the answer is no, because Vice has been out of commission for a little while
Correct.
with the
Yeah.
sprained
This
ankle.
I imagine Varson's been here for more than a week because, like, getting outraged about the freaking council and stuff. Is probably not a you just got here refugee type thing. So we'll see if he does. Has
So
some
close to a
recognition. He at least recognizes the mask, if not the person, and is just like, he's just like, oh, turns to you, hey, he's just like, another friend of yours? You're a friend with a wrestler.
I have eclectic friends.
The Leviathan certainly does provide for you.
Leviathan has no prejudices.
Well,
All are equal in her grasp.
and he nods, like, you say that again.
I'm like
So-
picking my nose.
So, we discussed for our ideas for these, and he again says, like, slayers in the other like, language that he has. It's like,
Slayers of
Oh
men.
no, we are being
yeah,
raided.
slayers of men. Oh, we're being raided. We'll get to that after we finish being raided.
Child.
Hello, child.
Child.
Here you.
Hello,
It's a
Go
child.
that.
child.
This child.
Yes,
He's being
nice.
shy this evening, apparently.
Ah.
You want to say goodnight to everybody? No.
Yeah.
Yo, big same though, Alex. Big same.
Yeah.
Come on, we gotta say goodnight.
Good night.
Good
I love
night.
you, buddy.
Night.
You're not gonna give him a kiss?
Oh no!
Oh
No.
Oh no.
Oh yeah.
Say night night and wave to everybody.
Oh, I want to be on the screen.
You want to be on it? You're on the screen. It's just a delay.
You'll be there soon enough.
Soon.
See, there you are now.
Bye.
Say night night.
Say good night.
All right, love you, buddy.
Alright, come on. I got him.
All right, she has wrangled the monster.
Children aside, yeah, it's he's been saying like these slayers of men. I think the biggest thing we'd want is for them to stay out of the way, huh? That's what I don't think we have the money really to actually hire them, but if they can keep out of the way, that would be good. That's what he says. What you would like to translate is up to y'all.
Yeah.
He wants us to keep the Slayers out of the way while they do, I'm guessing, something shady.
I mean, like, this is they're gonna have a protest/riot, so, like, you know, and the Slayer, like, the mercenary companies are the law enforcement in the city, so.
Fair.
They can't, he's basically saying we can't buy off the cops, but we would like them to just stand out of the way while we do our thing. So. Or at least one of the cop companies, because, you know, there's the Scions and the Death Dancers and, the Swords. Though the Swords, it's more complicated on that one. They're just toughs. They're just criminals. Criminals. The Black Band. That's who I was forgetting. And Tradewind Securities, because pirates.
Yar.
Yarr.
Yar. But yeah, that's what he puts forward. What you tell Kreta is up to the two of you who can understand what he's saying, because I don't believe Vice speaks Sailor Creole.
I don't think that.
So Vice speaks Sailor Creole, I feel like, because I feel like Vice is hanging around Iluka a lot, but Vice does not respond as. Vice doesn't respond to him directly. Vice is just kind of like listening and taking everything in.
Okay, cool.
Because again, they would rather not let anybody know that they speak Sailor Creole unless it's.
I understand.
I think Haikeka does translate that pretty much. I think the implications of asking the guards to be somewhere else just
goes
completely right over Haikeka's head. They translate it dutifully without thinking about the fact that Kreta has on multiple occasions said that she will literally murder you if you break the law.
On that note, I just kill him.
Speaking of
no,
city.
Next time.
On that note,
it's not technically illegal.
Yeah, how illegal or legal?
So this is the thing of constitutions aren't there is sort of a constitution that exists for the city. Public assembly is not part of that.
Yeah.
You have rights.
Like citizen rights are like barely a thing. Like there are citizen rights because like citizens, none of these people are citizens. That is another thing. Like none of these people are Sidefi, so they have none of those like small rights that you might have if you're Sidefi. Public assembly is essentially up to the whims of the council / the district that it's in.
Mm-hmm.
So obviously there's enough like protections of it for like the rollers to exist and for like heralds to be a common thing in the city and like proto newspapers and stuff, but
so this is more just whoever can afford it.
Exactly, precisely.
Okay. Okay, so it's not particularly illegal.
It's just shady.
Yeah, it is shady. And technically they do have something to offer, which is a percentage of the supplies if they wanted to hire the Slayers.
Put that forward. I don't think he thought of that, so that's a thing.
I will put that forward along with if anybody gets murdered, I will be there.
Yeah, he nods. He's just like, okay. Because he hadn't thought of that. He was like, yeah, I mean, we're not looking to kill anybody.
Oh, that's
It's
good.
not the... So, yeah, we just want...
Now that that's settled.
We just want to not starve.
That's also fair. Okay,
Yeah.
I don't feel so murdery towards this guy anymore.
Yeah, like he's
Justice!
like these are all refugees. Like they're just like we just don't want to starve from this city not caring about us.
Yeah. Okay. So
Pretty legit.
yeah. So that
Yeah.
that does seem
I mean,
that does seem legit then. So yeah, I just put forward that offer. Like if you're going to want to have the Slayers on your side, they need to be compensated for putting themselves in danger, kind of thing.
He nods. It's like I think I understand. Should I, if we want to go with this, do I talk to you more? Do I go? Do we do? He doesn't say I. He says we because obviously like he's just a net weaver, but like obviously like opportunity.
Yeah. I'll kind of give a gesture. I'll offer to take them to Maximin
Okay.
because I know he's gonna love to see Vice too.
Oh, for
So-
sure, yeah. I think Varson's like, it's like, hey, give me a second. I will bring a few more people. And he's like, goes around to the crowd, and like a couple minutes later, he comes out with like a few other people because like, he's obviously not like the leader of this, but he can find the people who are leading this.
Yeah.
Somehow, in the meantime, like Haikeka has found a starfish and is blessing random people in the crowd with it.
Nice.
Love
I
it.
love it. So in the meantime, Vice will actually go back to Cassandra and offer her the position. I do say like there's a good chance this is dangerous, but you'll get an equal cut of whatever we bring in.
Cool. Cool. Yeah, so Cassandra, how do you respond?
Well, I suppose I'm interested.
What are her inner thoughts?
Yes, I'm.
Um,
It is very much trying to not look like I am spying on them, but I am listening in on everything.
Vice says like the group is gathered over here if you want to come be introduced.
Well, I suppose if it's not too much trouble, I'll get up and join them.
All right. Yeah. So the two of you go back to the group. Kreta, you see another Kiriakov here. She's much taller than you are.
Much taller.
She's tall and she's aristocratic. So there's that. And then Haikeke and Luca, you see a tall woman who's probably a scion, considering the getup, approach with Vice.
So Vice would just say, Cassandra, this is Haikika, Iluka, and Kreta.
And I hold up my starfish, and I'm like, Leviathan, take you.
Oh, make it
And I'm
take
like-
you as well.
Oh, so this is who tried to poison you. And I'm like doing the like sizing her up and everything.
Oh, is
For
this
sure.
the one shouting from across the way?
Hey, it wasn't shouting, it was speaking loudly.
They call us a stage whisper where we come from.
I'm like, I need to write that down. I'm getting closer.
I'm gonna have to save this one for later.
So right now I think we are going to go back to the Slayers and talk to Maximin.
For sure, yeah.
And,
That's
make
yeah.
sure about his protests.
Well, we do have the little matter of the other thing we've been dealing with for the past, I don't know, week. Shouldn't we?
Kreta was saying that might be connected in some way.
Oh?
Are you talking about a certain commander or a certain visitor?
Greta always sees so much more than I do.
So I was thinking of a certain visitor, maybe. I was thinking maybe that is why some of this is occurring at this time. Seems highly coincidental, if not.
It's possible these threads are connected. We've already discovered the web is a bit bigger than anticipated.
Let's go see Maximin for now, and then I feel like we can decide what we want to do from there.
Of course.
All right. Yeah. So y'all roll over with like Varson and this group. Like the crowd is continuing to gather. It's like again, like it hasn't really started yet. It's just like building steam right now, and like there are like citizens who are like, what's going on here, and like stuff like. It's mostly curiosity about this, not like anybody being like, we're gonna call the insert mercenary company here.
Right.
They're just like, who are these people? Why are they here? What do those signs mean? Yeah. So you all make your way over to the Slayer barracks. The Slayers themselves, a lot of them seem to be out right now, probably because they got tipped off about, you know, the protests that are about to happen.
Mm-hmm.
So there's not too many people in here. It's easy enough to find Maximin. And like the Slayers don't get in your way because they're being led by a Slayer.
Maximin, do you have a moment? And I'm speaking Kirakov.
Yeah, and he's like he looks over, like big boy, like big guy, like looks at her, it's like for you, of course. And he sees Vice, I think, and he puts an eyebrow up, just like, is this about your friend here, or like still in Kiryakov?
It's a couple things. I figured you might like to meet him again.
I would love to. And he looks over to you, Vice, and goes into Sedef. He's just like, I am a huge fan of yours. My name is Maximin. I am a captain of these Slayers. It is a good to meet you, Vice.
Vice puts like an arm out for him to like clasp the arm, and he says like, it's a pleasure to finally meet you. Kreta said only good things.
Only the best.
You should have just grabbed him and thrown him over your shoulder. Like, this is how we greet each other in the bird.
Just like body slam.
Part of me wants to picture it's the Full Metal Alchemist thing where the two muscle guys meet each other.
They just flex
that's exactly. Yes.
It's like the shirts just explode.
Yeah, it's Armstrong and, oh gosh, I don't remember his name.
I forget his name. He was a butcher married to the teacher.
Yes.
If Vice didn't have the mask, they would definitely just have like the single curly T, you know?
This technique has been passed down the Komnemnos family line for generations.
That's right.
Please start saying things like that.
Yeah. But yeah, he's like, I'm good to hear. It's good to hear that I am well praised. And he looks back to you, Kreta, and goes back to Kiryakov. So it's like, what can I help you with?
It come upon a couple of the refugees, and they are interested in requesting services. It's a bit of an iffy job, but they want supplies that's being withheld from them, emergency supplies. It's about a percentage of it is about what they have to offer, but I figured I'd bring it to you in case you are interested.
Yeah, he looks over and he does like a bit, because he does like big gestures, and he like gestures over to like Varson and his people. It's just like, these people are the ones you're talking about?
They are them.
We had been tipped off about something happening with this, but not paid for it. So you're going out and getting business for us. This is new. I like it.
Way to show initiative.
Yeah, way to show. Exactly. It's like, I will speak to them about it. It's something that certainly interests me. Getting paid well for our services, especially if we don't have to do much. But we'll see on that. He like lumbers over past like the five of you to Varson and like stands over him, and it takes a few like going through a few different languages to be like, all right, which one can we converse in? But they find one, and they start talking.
Wow, he's so smart. I think like Maximum's probably kind of like the person that that Creta looks up to.
Oh, for sure. Yeah, I can see that. Yeah, he's got like just big dude, kind of scary. I don't think the rest of you have met him before, so that's another thing. Or no, you saw him at the match with the rickshaw.
Yeah.
Except for Cassandra. Cassandra has no idea who this guy is.
No idea.
I definitely saw him at the fight.
He's a fan though, so he's good with her.
Yeah.
We bond over our fandom of Vice.
For sure.
Oh, the character from Full Metal Alchemist, their name is Sig Curtis.
There we go. Perfect.
Yeah.
That is a bold name.
It's a very good name for a man of such stature. Yeah, I mean, for you, Cassandra, you can obviously you obviously know this guy's name is Maxman, and he's like big, Kiryarkov. What else do you see about him? Where's my description? He has
he's really just a teddy bear, though.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he's like got a bunch of scars. Like he is a scary looking individual. He's got a like wolf tail haircut. But yeah, he seems like he's scary but jovial. As you can see from like big booming voice and being like, "How can I help you?" as opposed to just like, "What do you want?"
I feel like Haikeka loves him.
Yeah, I figure. I figure that's the case.
He might be his type. You should ask.
He's played by somebody who's adjacent to Tormund from Game of Thrones. Not that I haven't used that I haven't had that in the game yesterday.
So I feel like Iluka is very reclusive during this because Creta told Iluka that it's a no business zone.
Oh.
No work for you.
So I'm kind of just like biting my tongue, and I'm just like,
yeah.
Resist the urge
If
to
you
sell.
sell legit things, that's fine. But it's
Luca
no
the whole time,
underhanded
just,
stuff.
Goes to open their jacket and like point to something, and it is like, no.
Wait, that's the wrong one.
You were gonna sell Maximin something for his hair, obviously. But yeah, it's a few minutes, and he comes back. He doesn't even come back. He just turns around and goes into stuff. He's just like, "We have come to a deal."
That's good to hear.
Yes. We will be doing as you say, getting part of supplies, not staying in the way of these righteous petitioners, as we have termed them.
We've been ordered to kill them all. No survivors.
Easy.
That comes later after
their lives
that pays them double. You know?
Yeah. So he's like, we will not stand in their way, but if some slayers happen to get attacked by, I don't know, militia or some other mercenary company, well, they're going to need to pay a pretty penny, or there's going to be, well, much worse coming for them now, won't there?
Well, you just call me in if you need extra hands.
I will do it. It seems you have another mercenary with you.
I have only just met them. We have not even exchanged names. That's rude of me. I am Creta.
Cassandra Silk. I'm of the Scions.
I can see that. He puts a hand forward, just like, a pleasure to meet one of your station.
Definitely in between his hand and her hand is a starfish. Haikeka is like, mine to take you.
It's just like, he just like looks at you just like, what? He doesn't have that much reaction. He's just like,
I touch one of the arms of the starfish and then look to him with a raised eyebrow.
Haikeka is absolutely beaming.
Yeah, and he doesn't understand because
they don't understand how they don't understand.
Yeah, exactly. His understanding has to do with other things. If somebody wants to roll to see why he's being like this, you totally can. But otherwise, it's just like I don't know why.
I'm just touching the starfish and looking at him expectantly.
I will roll to try and understand because I'm confused.
Roll a screw. Roll that screw.
Scrutiny. Where's my scrutiny? Here we are.
It's gonna be an whatever plus 10 is. It's not easy. It's,
routine.
Routine. Thank you.
Boop.
You would think routine is easier than easy, but
Yeah.
whatever. I'm not gonna complain.
Oh.
That's a crit fail.
No.
So that certainly
He's
was not
primed.
easier
He's
than
primed to attack. Everybody, get down.
I'll re-roll. It sounds.
Okay,
It
all
sounds
right.
like
Okay.
Haikika wants me to re-roll.
I can see her heartbreak.
It's fine.
There we go.
Okay,
There you go, it's
there
fine.
you go. Yeah, he doesn't quite understand because he's not a worshiper of the Leviathan. He worships the Winter. You know this.
Oh, yeah.
He worships the Winter King. So this he doesn't he hasn't been on a ship in a long time. So he's like, what the hell is his thing is I don't know what the fuck this starfish thing is supposed to be about. So he's mostly just confused. Like you, he's confused.
Yeah, I think we both have that look. Before
It's entirely possible that this starfish ritual did not exist 30 minutes ago. Also, Haikeka will never admit that.
Mm-hmm.
Does my scrutinize extend to that concept?
Seeing kind of the uncomfortableness, Vice will kind of go over to Haikika to try to smooth things over, and it's this is Haikika. She is a member of the Cult of the Leviathan, and this is just her blessing. And no, she does it to me before all my fights.
Yeah.
So can I roll a guile?
Yeah, roll a guile for sure.
Just to kind of
try to smooth things over. Yeah, perfect. Credit what you're saying. You've never seen this before. Whether you know it's made up or not is not something you know because you don't know the Leviathan that well, but you haven't seen this before. Yeah, and he just nods, and of course Vice saying this is oh, it's you get blessed before your fights. I see. And he looks over, touches the starfish. Just well, it is good to meet your spiritual advisor, I think is the wording.
Yes, Haikika is very helpful.
And they take their walking stick and rhythmically tap it 3 times, and then take a step back and kind of half bow, they just did something very important. But literally nobody else has any context at all.
Yeah,
Right.
and I'm just I have never seen this before.
Yeah, he just bows his head a little bit. It's good to know. Good to know. Well, it's good to meet all of you, including Iluka. That was your name, right?
Hello.
Hello.
Oh.
And he looks at you, it's just well, may the Winter King's storm favor you.
Ooh, that's good too.
Would I know any kind of response to that? Would that be something that they would know?
Roll a folklore. Let's roll.
Can I have a religion for a specific Winter King worshipper to Leviathan worshipper response?
Oh, I don't know shit.
Yeah. Roll folklore. Folklore. Oh, you totally do. Yeah, Vice, you have no idea. The Winter King's not worshipped here, so for you, and isn't worshipped where you're from, so you're I don't. That sounds damn cool.
So what was the phrase again?
May the Winter King's storm favor you. I'll write it down in chat.
So I think Vice just kind of accepts it with a thanks, and says, "I hope you'll be at my next fight. I am trying to get a card with Phoenix."
Nods. For you, Haikeka. Again, Winter King isn't worshipped much here, but there's some worship. You know this. You know enough Kiryarkov ships that come in that have Winter King worshippers on them. Gosh, the response to this would be something because it would also be something storm related. I'm just trying to think what.
I feel like it has something to do with hail or ice flows or something.
Mm-hmm.
It
would be may the sleet not impede you or something like that, because it'd be blessing the ships and stuff.
Yeah. So and oh gosh, something like the ice not stick to your brow, or not brow.
What about may the storm harden your heart?
Beware the frozen heart.
I don't know if it's hardening your heart you want.
That doesn't sound like Heikeika's version of the Leviathan.
You'll melt his icy heart with a cool island tune.
I like may the ice not stick to your bow. That's a good one.
Yeah.
For sure.
Then that as it shall be as I respond.
Okay, excellent. Kreta, you probably know a response to this, but also, what would it be? What would the response be to this?
I usually go with B, all of the above. So.
Yeah, it's a you as well type of response. I think in this case.
Yeah.
Is the thing that makes
and
most
also
sense.
With you.
And also
with you, exactly. I think it's something pretty uncomplicated. It's not the the Leviathan call response type.
It's just a grunt. It's just a
affirmative grunt.
What is the Winter King depicted as?
The Winter King is depicted as. Let me get that out there for you. It's in the grimoire.
That might determine it.
There's lots of wolf imagery. Wolfadry. The Winter King. Far to the north, where the beasts are cruel and winters are crueler, only the Winter King holds court. He's a god of winter, wolves, and battle. Though his focus on warfare is more bloody and wild than the steward's command of stratagem and organization. The Lord of Ice is worshipped most often in his form of a large, burly, and bearded warrior, though he can also appear as a large winter wolf with a steely mane of hoarfrost. The Winter King gives no mercy and favors only the strongest of warriors, as those who die in the cold do not deserve to be protected from it.
Metal.
Yeah, he's super metal.
Man. Yeah.
Pretty metal.
Oh gosh, that I had something, but then it was the last line kind of tilted that away from it. Oh gosh, okay.
I mean, we're doing our own setting too. This is the base Winter King. So, because apparently, according to this, the steward is also a foreign god. Where here, it's definitely not. The steward is very much like a god for Sedef.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, if you got something,
the response is just like, "May your god be super metal."
You just do a sick guitar riff as a response.
Yeah.
You do some Wild Stallions, nice.
Yep, I was just thinking that. Totally Bill and Ted.
Yeah, that's the response. Just be excellent to each other.
Be excellent to each other. I feel like there's a different god that everyone chose.
Yeah. What did you say, baby?
That
might be the Night Father, honestly.
Night Father is be excellent to each other?
It might be.
Awesome. I'm gonna change my god real quick. Hold on.
Yeah, because the Night Father is about about good fortune and con men and stuff like that, but also about freedom.
This might actually be a god I follow then.
Yeah, they Grey Guilders expound freedom and liberty in their tenets. You must live by your wits, hold your sword back from unnecessary violence, and work the wheels of commerce in your favor. They don't like oppression.
Help, I'm being
oppression
oppressed.
Is bad. I understand why they don't like it.
Yes, oppression's very bad.
And accord you a wild mane, kind of like his own, I guess.
You want to put that in chat so that we can remember?
I will try.
Yeah, because that's a cool response. Yeah, I like it. Accord you a wild mane. Hell yeah, metal.
And I say that.
Yeah,
awesome.
Nice, very good.
Nonce.
I had to come up with something metal.
Yeah, he's like, now, I must organize my people. I imagine you have yours to organize as well.
I do indeed.
Good. He turns. And he says, goes back to Kiriakov. It's one last thing. It's don't get yourself in trouble out there.
I try not to. Oh, does he also have have one of the big axes that I have?
I imagine he's not wearing like the big axe. I imagine because I just got the image in my head. The axe that he has is basically Kratos' axe from the most recent God of War game.
Does he have Vice sign his axe?
I was gonna ask if Vice would sign my big axe, and I'd trade my big axe for his big axe.
Yeah, you could for
axe
sure.
Swapperino.
Yeah, if you want to do that, you could totally do it. I think if you want a more permanent one, which would be a really nice gift, is to get Vice's name etched into the axe.
Oh yeah.
And then give it to him.
Yeah, I've actually kind of been planning something like that. So.
Ooh. Okay. Yeah. So save it till you get it etched.
Yeah. Okay.
It's the permanent one. Yeah. Yeah. So y'all exit the barracks, and the Slayer, there are Slayers running here and there, and we're gonna take a break.
Yeah.
It's break time.
That means it's snack time, friends.
Snack time, y'all. Just remember, everyone be metal. All right. Well, we're going to take 5 minutes, everybody. Stick around. We will continue shortly. 5 minutes. Everybody grab some
5
snacks.
minutes.
I think there's a cat rubbing against Kelsa's microphone.
I was gonna say, it's like, was that cat? Cat. He's a key.
It's definitely a cat.
It just wanted us to know it brought murder presents. It's fine. Aw, hi, Kitty. It senses my weakness. It's trying to kill me through the camera. That's what the cats. That's what the cats do at Shae's mom's house. They will not leave me alone because they know I'm allergic, and they're like, human. We know your weakness.
I am also allergic, and it happens to me a lot. I believe it's because we don't go over to the cat and are like, cat, I want to pet you. The cat's like, oh, bitch, why are you not giving me any attention?
Why is this human ignoring me?
Right, like, how dare you, as opposed to the person who goes over to the cat, and the cat's like, whatever, leave me alone.
I don't need your attention, Baka.
My lady has developed an allergy to our cats, which is a big problem, actually. Especially because the white cat used to be, like, her cat. And so now, poor Winter has no person all to herself and is very sad all of the time, constantly, because I don't have enough hands to pet both the cats and the dog literally all day, every day, which is really what they want.
So Zyzol is actually fantastic, and I find that if I take it every day, I generally don't have an issue with my mom's cats. So
I usually just
highly recommend trying that for like a month.
Yeah, I usually will just take something before I know we're going over there. The one Benadryl. I usually take Benadryl, and that works out fine too. And it's like I can even dare
when
to
you
touch
live with
them.
them.
Yeah, it's different.
You can't just take Benadryl every day.
Easy solution. No. Get 3 more hands. So you can always pet them at all times.
Yes.
You know, if I had 3 more hands,
find yourself a
3 more hands.
Have you
the cat, the other cat, the dog, and then still type.
I was gonna say, have you considered embracing Slaanesh into your life so you can just grow more appendages?
Yes, I have. If it would work, I'd be on it right now.
You didn't even need to do Slaanesh, just any of the Chaos Gods at that point.
Look at this cat.
Oh,
come
cat.
on, high five, cat. Come on, do
cat
it.
5.
You did it once. Cat 5.
Come here. I know you want to. Come here.
I believe you, cat. I believe in you, cat. Yeah, you did it. Well done, cat. You did it. All right, so we're all back from the looks and sounds of it. Hello.
Don't bite me.
Oh, fighting, eh?
Sorry, I was not petting her correctly. To
How dare
my hand to where
Mind
it
you,
needed to
the
be
proper
using her mouth.
So, y'all have just gotten the Slayers and the Protesters together. Good job.
Problem solved.
Yeah, problem solved. Well done. Not what I was expecting at all, but then again, I don't know what I was expecting. This is why we play role-playing games, to find out what happens.
Yeah.
Our group doesn't exactly do anything normal, so...
No, look, our group is made up of a wrestler, 2 mercenaries, a quote-unquote, an apothecary. I was gonna say doctor, I'm like, you're not a doctor. And a priest, so...
Look.
It's fine.
Look, she's not a priest. Sorry, they're not a priest. They're a cultist, and that doesn't make anything better. But I stand by it.
Iluka can get to being a doctor. I believe in them.
I also believe
you're
in them.
muted, outro.
Yeah.
I said one day.
One day.
I wonder how many things I've said while muted there?
Probably quite a few.
all of the things.
So yeah, what would you all like to do next? You have exited the barracks, and now like the crowds are really getting they're getting whipped up into some fervor. You can hear crowds like in different parts of the Lapis district, like lots of shouting, some chants, that kind of thing.
So, what are our leads that we have not yet pursued for people who have no memory and did not write anything down?
Okay,
so you have. Yeah, go ahead, please.
I have the NPC sheet pulled up. So we have Ifet Al-Hakim, a military commander in conflict with soldier priest of the Steward. We have Hierarch Canusha, priest of the God Emperor, and Ambassador Carlo Takic. We just know that they invested in the ship and they're somehow involved in the conspiracy. So I am actually going to recommend that with everything going on this evening, that we try to get to Ifet al-Hakim, because a lot of the military people are going to be tied up in this protest.
Mm-hmm.
So tonight might be a good time because they might not have a ton of support around.
Al-Hakmi definitely might not, but...
Yeah, cool. And, that sounds like a great idea.
And if they do manage to pressure the council into giving them the supplies, it means Al-Hakmi, assuming she's taking some of those supplies, would have her forces weakened. If this is successful. That was the other reason I was getting at it.
I figured that was the reason. I was like, yeah, that's a good idea. Get the stuff away from her and give it to the people.
Yeah. And it'll also bolster the Slayers.
Yeah, exactly. Look at that.
Ulterior motives.
Win. It's great.
I already have information that she's corrupt, so that's how I'm fighting her.
Excellent.
I'm a little bit concerned with Hierarch Canusha because my where is it written down? My death thing is the
it'll be fine.
Where did I write that down?
Your dooming should be on your sheet somewhere. I would hope.
Mm-hmm.
I had it before.
There's not a specific place for it.
There isn't? Oh, that's a shame.
Mm-mm.
Yeah, I usually just put it in the big old block for all of your details.
Well, shoot, I'll have to pull it up
That's
again. But it was something like the what's the word for a religious person who's not really a religious person?
Like the cultists we have in the party?
The demagogue? That kind of thing?
No. I have to look it up now.
Oh, you actually have it on here.
Do I?
Oh, no, you don't. Okay, that was
No.
just your background thing. I thought you might, and it's like, no, you don't, unfortunately.
I thought I had written it down. I'm sure I did. I remember what it is. I don't remember the name for thing. Oh, here we go. Do me. Boop.
Let's just look it up. Why not?
Yeah.
We have time. We have a little bit of time to do it, and it's fun and important.
Yeah.
How will you die? We'll find out. It would be under background because of the doomings.
Yeah, and I was born in the...
Yeah, do you remember what season you were born in?
Let's see if I have that written down. I think it's summer.
Okay.
I think it's summer.
It is
I think
summer.
everybody.
Yes. Oh, here it is. I do have it written down. The heathen will cut you down.
The heathen will cut you down. There you go. That's a religious person, just not the same religion as you.
Yeah.
It's a different religion entirely.
Well, no, it's like because they're masquerading as someone of because they're actually a heathen. They don't believe in that god. They worship a demon.
No, they don't believe in the god emperor, not at all.
Yeah. They worship a demon. They're a heathen.
Be gone.
I am a little bit concerned about that.
Yeah, a heathen, apostate, it's fine. Yeah, so I guess the question is, what do you got? Like the storm is brewing. Mm-hmm. What do y'all do? Where do you want to position yourselves? How would you try to find, or I guess other questions? How would you try to find Al-Hakmi?
I was thinking that we could. She's not on good terms with other commanders. Can maybe try and get some information from them. None of them have moved on her though.
Well, I mean, I thought we had an idea of like where she could be found.
She's in the charcoal district generally. you know the district, and and obviously this being a setting where religious cooperation is the thing, you can always talk to the worshippers of the stewards, the Iron Abbots, and the other worshippers.
Yeah, I mean,
That
I
would
think
be a good idea.
that's Haikeka's wheelhouse. So
Yeah, for sure.
I think they can do that for sure. Especially like, because Haikeka is not a planner. This is definitely like we get this whole they accidentally started this revolution thing going on. Just help facilitate it a little bit. They have no idea that they actually had any hand in that whatsoever.
Just accidentally started a revolution.
Oops. I feel like while we're there, we could even talk to the rollers and kind of get the rollers involved.
Mm-hmm.
Be
Yeah.
like Viva Revolucion and like get them to start printing out flyers and stuff.
For sure. If you want
I
to
don't know
stop by
anyone in the rollers. But,
if you want to stop by the Bloodstone District, you totally can, because that's where they're based out of.
but yeah, like when Kreta is like, okay, we should, target. So, yeah, like how. I figure there's got to be someone that I know among them, the Steel Priests, right?
Yeah, the gosh, they're called the ones that have magic are called the Iron Abbots.
That's so good.
It's the thing of all of the ones who actually, all of the clergy who have magic are names, but not any of the like non-magical clergy.
Right.
Which is a more important term for me, but I don't have it and I can't think of a thing, so I'm just gonna use the one that's for magical people. But
Sure.
the Iron Abbots are the ones who like actually have the favor of the steward, and then they're like the other. They probably are like
The lay abbots or whatever.
yeah, the lay abbots, exactly. So the abbots is we'll just leave it at abbots, yeah.
Okay. So yeah, it's probably an abbot, not an iron abbot that I would know, since I have not yet been fully indoctrinated and drowned for the third time. So yeah, I'm gonna just go to their temple.
Yeah, they have a I thought of what they would call their like cathedral equivalent. They have their temple
Sure.
fortress.
Ooh.
Of course, temple fortress.
Yeah,
Yes, of course.
Yeah, the temple fortress of the steward.
There's gotta be like some like secret sewer entrance
For sure.
that is
100%.
where Haikeka comes in.
Yeah,
because-
which isn't weird at all which isn't at all a security risk for the temple fortress.
Nobody else is coming with me. Just Haikeka.
Okay,
is
just
going.
Haikeka. Okay, well
Yeah.
we'll see what the rest of the group
Like
is about.
Haikeka doesn't get a lot of things, but the secret entrance to the temple fortress from the the Holy Leviathan grotto, that's a religious secret. That's
Right,
a
okay,
completely
yeah,
different
sure.
category of secrets.
Right, of course. Yeah, so you meet the abbot. Do you know anything about the abbot that you can tell me?
Of course I
Because
do.
apparently I have to make another NPC.
This
Because I
is
don't have
just-
any abbots.
This is how this game works, Saint.
Yeah, it's true.
They love ramen.
Okay. All right.
Or the equivalent kind of meal, like noodle soup.
Yeah, I was about to say
So-
noodle soup because like ramen's definitely not a thing in this.
I was gonna
but,
say, so the Iron Abbot is basically just like Naruto.
Believe it.
God. It's gonna be a little bit weird with that comparison because they have an Italian name. This is such a good name. They're Abbot Sosimo
Abbot Sosimo.
or Zosimo, I think is Abbot
Zosimo.
Sosimo. They them.
They
Alright.
they like balling up their meat with their noodles.
Yes. Abbot Zosimo. They them. Gosh, what a amazing name. So
That
they
is a
are
good name.
Abbot of the Steward. Love noodle soup. What else do we know about Sozimo the Abbot? So the thing about all of the abbots is that they're all like, because the steward is about soldiering, so all of the abbots they're very fit. They're they train every day, that kind of thing. So Sozimo is they're fit. That's a descriptor for them. They are they have cropped brown hair. They have dark skin, like most Sadefi. And they have they are unblemished, which is interesting for a soldier. Yeah. But they're wearing the steward is mostly, their colors are green and steel. So they're wearing a breastplate, and they have a green sash, and they have the abbot. The iron abbots are limited, and the abbots in general are there is actually a limit to what kind of weapons they can use. They are only allowed to use spears, pikes, and polearms.
Oh.
Okay.
Yeah. Expressly forbidden from using weapons other than spears, pikes, and polearms. So they have a spear that they carry with them. They meeting in the dark. It's definitely they have a lantern on the spear.
Of course.
And they stop across from you. It's just how would they address you? I think is a good question.
Probably Haikeka, but I'm trying to think. We've never come up with a lay priest title for the Leviathan.
Yeah.
And so I think it's the Undrowned.
Ooh, I like it.
As a the drowned ones are the magical priests, and I think the lay priests are the undrowned. Not to say they haven't drowned, but not 3 times. So,
right.
But technicalities.
Technicalities. Technical.
So as I might address them as Abbot Zozimo, they would probably address me as Undrowned Haikeka.
Okay. Yeah, I like that. It's a nice titling to it. Just Undrowned Haikeka.
It's good to see you, Abbot. Zozimo, I have some questions for you.
Well, I think now is a good time to ask them in the middle of, here.
Always. I've been... Well, my friends and I... Well, this is not important. The background doesn't really matter. The point is that, Fida al-Hakim, we're looking for her. And I believe the abbots would know where to find her.
Yeah, and they scoff. They're just ugh, me. She's holed up in her fortress in the Charcoal District. She's apparently been getting people together. We definitely know where she is. We've been trying to figure out a way to, the leadership, the Iron Abbots, have been trying to figure out how to get to her, but so far it's been a little bit fraught because, conflict between the militia and the steward and the abbots, not good for the city.
Of course. Well, as you know, oh God, what is the name of our organization? What did we call ourselves? The Steel Loop?
Yep.
Oh, yeah.
The Iron Loop.
Iron Loop. Thank
yeah.
you. My associates and I, the Iron Loop, we're investigating a number of things that seem to tie to Al-Hakim. Al-Hakmi. God, I cannot say her name correctly to life of me today.
It's fine.
And any information that you can give us would be very helpful. And, well, I wouldn't want to do your job for you. We can definitely accomplish some things that it would be unfavorable for the abbots to do themselves.
Okay. I think you're gonna need to convince them, partly because they're a lay abbot, and partly because, like, you know, this is an act, like, they're not too worried about acts of treachery. The steward doesn't care about that. All's fair in war. But, like, you know, it is a thing of, like, you know, kind of dealing with their problem for them, which they might not agree with. But yeah.
Like I said, I'm doing this. It's like a point one, we're gonna do this anyway. And point two, you already said it's gonna be awkward for you guys to do this.
Yeah, exactly. So, like, you have points in your favor for sure. I think plus make this a routine test.
Sure.
Makes sense.
Is this charm?
Charm, yeah. I don't know what else it would be, unfortunately.
No.
Oh no!
Okay, I'm gonna
Use the fortune.
Fortune that.
Alrighty.
That.
That's much better. That's much better.
Okay.
Yeah, it's
the Leviathan shines on me today.
Apparently so. They're like, they don't show a lot of, like, expression. They don't smile. You've never seen them smile. And they nod, just like, I'll bring this to the Iron Abbots. I will be back in an hour. Be here.
Yeah, they nod and like probably like slide down to sit on the ground in the in the sewer, and it's like, oh, this is really gross for anybody else, but they're like just like slip into this like slimy water and just settle in for an hour.
Oh gosh. Yeah, I think yeah, Sozimil gosh, what is it? Taps the spear, like the end of the spear on the ground, and then walks off. Everybody else, what are y'all doing about this to locate Al-Khachmi or do something else to prepare?
Who was it that mentioned the rollers?
Say that again?
Who was it that mentioned the rollers? Getting the rollers involved?
I did.
Vice did.
Oh, that might actually be like good support, because like if the rollers show up, then you know the council's going to be see, and like, oh shoot, they're going to print up whatever they see.
Yep.
So
that's right.
So that might be extra pressure.
I
would encourage that.
I will say as a reminder for everybody here, and also for chat, in case you don't know who the rollers are. The rollers are printers, heralds, pamphleteers, and signpost makers. Those who rely on the printing press. They're based out of the Bloodstone district, so they are the bookmakers and the like reporters of the day, basically.
Gotta get that scoop.
Yeah, exactly. Gotta get scoop.
So I feel like because they're in the Bloodstone district, we could go down to the Bloodstone district, through the Opal district, and then up to the Charcoal district to get to Al-Haq.
And hopefully not being mugged on the way this time.
I mean, or hopefully getting mugged on the way.
Look, everybody roll an awareness check. No.
It was so much fun last time.
Does for the four of you, do any of you know a roller, or would like to roll to know a roller?
I would like to know a roller, because I feel like because of my fights, we might have some kind of contact with them as far as like advertising and getting the word out.
Yeah, let's do a rumor.
I'll do a roll. I'll do a roll to know a roll.
Do you want to help, or do you want to do a separate one? Do you have anything in rumor? I think
I do. I do, but I think it'll be separate, because I don't know them well enough that I'd be like, oh, I also know such a. So
help.
For sure, then yeah, roll your own rumor.
I will help. I will help. I will help one of you. Well, I guess I'll help. Never mind.
Never mind.
Much appreciated, but yeah.
Yeah. So do you want to know two different people, or do you want to know the same person?
I want you to generate two fantastic names.
Oh, okay. All right then. All right.
But they're twins.
Yeah, they're twin rollers.
Okay. Okay, so a man and a woman, and their names. Let's see what nameless they come from. Fuck, 6, really? Ooh, Turkish and Phoenician. Interesting.
That's a weird set of twins.
That's probably
one parent is Turkish and one is from. I almost said Phoenicia, and that's not right.
Phoenicia doesn't exist anymore. One of the names was literally just Carthage. Get out of here. So one of them, their name is Jabel. Oh wait, that was the first
Phoenicia.
one. Okay, actually no.
Okay.
I need the Turkish name first. This is what happens when you try to roll things in order. It's fine. One of their names is Yordam. Perfect. Yordam.
Oh, you're
Yordam.
dumb.
No, you.
Wow, rude. Oh, the other one's just Jez. Perfect. J-E-Z.
Just jeez.
Yeah, so I'll put those in NPCs. So Yordam and Jez. They definitely work together. They're not twins, but they work together just for my own convenience.
Hey, you know them too. All right.
Yeah, exactly. Yordam and Jez, or Jez and Yordam. It's fine. So it's he, him, and
Yes, you're dumb.
she, her.
That's how
Wow.
I remember it. That's how I have to remember it.
Yes, Yordam. Yeah. So So obviously they work together. What's something you know? Who knows Yordam and who knows Jez? I suppose actually we know the answer to this because of who rolled first. Vice, you know Yordam.
Okay.
Cassandra, you knows Jez.
All right.
You weren't aware they worked together, I think. Is why you never like met them really. But yeah, you two know them. They are they work they have their own printing shop in the Bloodstone district. They usually print a lot of pamphlets. They hire like usually they're people who hire pamphleteers. They're not the herald types. They ain't doing the daily news. They're doing the like do stuff for events and things of that sort. But yeah, you what's a thing you know about them? One thing you know about them. We'll start with Vice. What do you know about Yordam?
So I feel like Yordam would be constantly seeking like the next big event, right? Like he's always looking for something to promote because that's his passion. So like he's always trying to find like the next big nobles party or the next big, something. So they're constantly on the lookout.
He's a oh gosh, what are those called?
Council, stepping on the little people, keeping them from
The ambulance chaser.
He's not an ambulance chaser. He's a club promoter basically.
Yes,
like,
kind of.
Yeah,
yes.
he's like very club. He's a hype man. Yeah, literally club promoter / hype man energy for sure. So he would love this shit. He would love it. He'd eat this all up. Cassandra, what's the thing you know about Jez?
Jez is probably a more activist type. They are big on promoting. There was a group I was looking at that I want to deal with. Oh, they want to bring attention to the shenanigans that the Bloodmongers are constantly getting up to.
Ooh, the Bloodmongers who are very underground, so she's a little bit conspiracy theorist.
Yep.
I love it, for sure. Yeah, she's an activist, a little conspiracy theorist about the Bloodmongers. Yeah, for sure. So, for those who don't know, which is everybody, because we haven't brought them up yet, the Bloodmongers are the worshippers of the Crouching One, who is the god of assassination. Yeah, the Bloodmongers are basically just like a group of assassins.
Just death cult. It's fine.
Yeah, death cult. They're a literal death cult. Literal death cult. It's fine. There's a death cult living in our city. What are you talking about? They don't exist.
It's not a
They
thing.
are an organization
exactly what someone in a death cult would say.
Death cult.
Totally
crazy
fine.
talk. The funny thing is, they're based out of the Bloodstone District too, but most people don't know that because they're a secret death cult.
It's a death cult, you see.
I mean,
Yeah.
if there was
So
going to be
the
a death
form-
cult in the city, I feel like they would be in the Bloodstone District. I mean, let's be honest.
Oh, for sure. Yeah, for sure. They're
Bloodmongers, Bloodstone, it checks out.
Their store is called. They work together at. I don't think they call it Jez and Yordam because that would be a good name for it. They probably call it like.
Did you just say it has to be a bad name?
It could be any name you want. I don't have anything off the top of my head. A pun name is preferable because they're about printing and stuff like that. They would obviously love wordplay. Gosh. I mean,
A pun, you say?
a pun, you say?
Shreds, you
Because
say.
otherwise, I think the name of the store is the Inked Block.
That's actually
You are
pretty good
muted,
too.
Kelsa.
I just said saying that's a good name.
All right, then yeah, they'll be the Inked Block. I like it.
Block.
Yeah. Wood block printing and stuff. I know some of my historical stuff. Yeah, so you all head to the Inked Block. The Bloodstone District is
It's also on the corner of a block.
Yes, exactly. Double meaning.
Yes.
It's amazing. Yeah, and you like going through the Bloodstone District, like there are always heralds out here, and like they are out in force today. Like there are people like there's shouting everywhere. Like you go into like you go down a street and you just hear like 4 different voices cascading because of how the acoustics are. But you make it to the Inked Block, which is a corner printing store. You go in. Yordam and Jez are both in there. They are talking to like a couple of their coworkers and being like, we gotta like figure out what the hell's going on, like what we're gonna do right now.
So immediately as I walk in, I'm like, I can help you with that, Yordam.
Yeah, Yordam turns. Yordam is I think he's a small man. Like he's a small guy, small but big energy.
Right.
Little guy, big energy.
Yeah, small guy, big energy.
Do they always carry like an unlit cigar?
Yes,
It's
I
like,
love it.
They
Yeah,
don't
I like
smoke.
that.
They just carry it.
Hummingbird's
Yeah.
a menace.
This won't go down badly at all. I'll also describe Jez because I should. She is she's like medium height. Like definitely more laid, a bit more laid back. I think she also wears spectacles.
Nice.
Yes. All that reading.
Yeah, all that reading, exactly. She's gotta find out about the Bloodmongers and all the things that they do.
Gotta get that scoop.
Yeah, get that scoop. But yeah, Yordam turns as you because you got a voice that he recognizes pretty quickly. And he's just like pushes the person he's talking to. Was like 1 second. It's like goes over to you, just like Vice. You have to tell me. I heard that you were going to get a fight with the Phoenix. Has that happened yet? Has it?
No, not yet, but I need you to help me with it later on. But for tonight, I have something huge for you. Are you ready?
All right. Come on. Tell me.
So there is a huge protest going on about the people not being able to get the supplies that they were promised because they're being held back. It's going on, where was it? The Opal District, right?
Lapis District.
Lapis District. So
Yeah.
It's going on in the Lapis District right now.
Yeah, and he's like writing this down furiously, and he's just like, "Oh, that now that's big news."
That's
and
a
I think
scoop.
Jez like puts a finger up to the person she's talking to, and it's just like, and sees you, Cassandra, just like, "Oh," and just like walks over, just like, "Protests, you say?"
That's right. That's what they are saying. Not sure. Not sure really what's going on. I've just been signing on with them recently.
Haven't been any recent deaths with that, have there?
Look to Vice and raise a brow.
Not yet.
I didn't
hear
do anything.
Mercenaries are involved.
Can't say that there is, but if it might be worth looking into if there is something about that, right? Get the word out.
Yeah.
Maybe a way to spin it in your favor.
Would you like to charm them? Because I think that's what
Yes.
you're doing right now.
I would very much like to. Do you have charm too, Vice, to help?
I do not.
Okay, I got this. I
Okay,
say
lie to
this
me if you
is
want.
gonna be this is gonna be difficult because they're not the same social class as you. Whatever the -10 one is, it's difficult. I think challenging is -10. There we go. Challenge.
Challenge. Shapow. Nah, I'm good.
Oh, you're good at it.
Nah, fam, I'm good.
Yeah, and she's just like, and she turns to Yordam, just like, maybe this has something to do with the death of the prince. And he's like, yes, this must be related. So he's like, turns back to the scene. He's like, look, we're gonna get something printed. Tell us what you know. We need copy. We need answers. We need people that can go out there and let everybody know what's going on here. This seems like a big thing. I've been hearing people outside all day, but seems to be bigger. Come on. Tell me. He like looks.
So
he's like, yeah, come on.
I will tell Yordam exactly what's going on with the protests. And then
Okay.
I will also give Yordam a little bit of information, picking and choosing about the prince's assassination, because I have people on the inside.
Mhm.
I have unnamed sources, and I will give him a little bit more than what is out there currently.
Okay.
So I'll give him about like there were like 3 assassins. There were 3,
Yeah,
right? Not just
3.
2. So there was 3 assassins, and like they had guns, and this went down in a district. I won't name
Calliope.
her actual Calliope's actual like house, but like I'll name like the district that it happened in, and I'll say I don't know if it's more beneficial for the prince to be alive or dead on the prince's end. So I'll just kind of like leave that up to like I don't know exactly what happened after a certain point, if that makes sense.
Right. You don't
Like,
know
I won't give
at
him
all.
any.
Yeah.
Right. So like I won't give him any insight into like that the prince is still alive.
Mhm.
I'll just say like and then that's where my information cuts off. Like once the fight starts happening.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, like Yordam's writing furiously, and like I think Jez is like asking like follow-up questions and like writing a few things down, and like looking at Cassandra being like, all right, like
So
like,
for her,
getting
I will
confirmation.
definitely describe the assassins as much as possible, because they may be from some kind of.
They might be from a murder cult.
Yeah, some kind of murder
Yeah.
cult. Exactly. She's like,
almost like.
yeah, it's like this sounds new for them, but guns aren't exactly unfamiliar for them.
I
Just,
wouldn't
like,
put it
think
past a
myself.
murder cult to murder
Exactly.
people.
Exactly. Just like I wouldn't put past them. It's like it seems very targeted. They again turn to each other and like start chattering about like details and like what can we put, that kind of stuff.
And then I say like I'll leave you two to it then, and like start to like make my way out, because we have a lot of stuff to get done, and I am sure that they will keep us here all night asking questions if they can. Knowing
for
them,
sure, 100%.
knowing them.
100%. Yeah. So they're gonna get to Brinton. They're definitely gonna get to Brinton, because you gave them juicy stories.
Yes, I did.
All I can say is it seems like Yordam did way too much cocaine. There's an acceptable amount of cocaine. He overstepped it.
Look,
He's got that big
One
cocaine
line
energy.
too many.
Look, he swallowed that opium.
Ugh.
That's right.
He just chases laudanum.
The cups caught him, and he had to swallow all of it.
Jesus, laudanum. Oh god.
So
That just sounds
yeah,
like a
now
bad
we're-
time.
now we are on our way to the charcoal district.
Alrighty. Hell yeah. For sure. Oops.
Heels, yes.
Heels,
Hell
yes.
yes. I just
Hails
gotta
to the
write-
Ezow.
Oh, I just realized I spelled energy wrong. This is good.
Energy.
Energy.
Yeah, he had a lot more energy than I was expecting, but it was fun.
Mhm.
So I don't mind.
Yeah, that was good. I like how
Thanks.
that came out.
Thank you.
I feel like he wants pictures of Spider-Man. Give me
Yes.
pictures.
Get me a picture of Spider-Man. Yes, he is a little bit J. Jonah Jameson. Just a little bit.
Mhm.
He's been
love
split into 2 people in this case, so I want
Yes.
pictures of Spider-Man on my desk by noon. But yeah, so you all head towards the charcoal districts. The opal district right now, like you head through the opal district, right now, it looks like business as usual here. Like, it's not. I don't know if it's a case of people don't suspect anything, but it's probably just like they don't
Rich and
care.
don't care. Yeah.
Yeah, they really don't care about the people in the Labdus district. They're like, whatever. We got money. There's money to be made.
Yep.
And you make
That
it
was
to the
my
Charcoal
thought,
district.
too.
Yeah. So the Charcoal district. We've never been in the Charcoal district in this game.
I have.
You have. That's true. You have been to the Charcoal district, but we didn't really describe it much while you were there.
Yeah, that's true.
The Charcoal district is the forge and workshop district of the city. Like most of the artisans, there's lots of artisans, and then like the forge workers who live here. It is a part of the city that doesn't have a lot of there are like even fewer tall buildings. It's a lot of like 2-story buildings at most, and then like larger buildings interspersed between like where the residential buildings are. And also there are several like cleared out areas that are the training grounds of the militia. So y'all know the groups that are generally here are of course the Guild of Armorers, who hold sway here. They are the primary they are the guild of all the like armorers and weaponsmiths. They supply the militia. They supply a lot of the mercenary groups who are in the city. They're like they are an interesting group in that like they don't quite have the like amazing wealth that that's something like the Bankers Guild has, but they're very important because the militia relies on them. The Death Dancers are based out of here. They're the Leftovers is another name for them. They're a local merc company who hires criminals and turns them into soldiers. There is as we've talked about them before, the Guilds of Engineers. If you want something that will probably explode in your face but is very technologically advanced, you probably want to talk to one of them. And then there's one other group who I don't know who here would know about them. Because, like, none of you really go to the Charcoal District much.
I probably wouldn't.
Yeah.
I'm probably usually only there when I'm getting supplies. Like.
Yeah, so. Iluka might know, maybe. Because Iluka, you're pretty good at having your ear to the ground and, like, knowing what's going on around here.
Yeah.
Do you want to roll a rumor to see if you know about them?
Yeah, I'll roll it.
Alright, yeah.
Can I assist?
Do you have rumor?
I do.
Ooh, then yeah, sure.
Yeah, assist.
It's a standard check.
You get
Test.
a 3 for the assist. Hey, you can get a crit.
Ooh, you get a crit! Hell yeah! If you take, which we assume you do, so you got a crit. Good job. Thanks to credit. Yeah, so the other group are the Shovelers, is what they're called. Their description is they're under the Cooperation factions, I believe. Yeah. They are a group of disgruntled laborers. They've started banding together to pool resources. They're effectively like proto-unions is basically what they're like, a proto-union basically. But yeah, they would definitely be a group that if you wanted to get like if you wanted to get the revolution bigger, have it happen in the Charcoal District, they're the people you know. And you definitely know at least one Shoveler, Iluka, for sure. Okay. You at least know one member, like more well-known member of that group, I will say, because I'm like, leader is a weird thing for them because like they're proto-union, but yeah.
Cool. So I bring up the information. I'm like, hey, maybe if we get these people involved, I think I know somebody. Hold on. And I'm like thinking, and then I'm like, yes, hold on. And then I like turn and go in an opposite direction of where we're walking.
Right.
And then I walk up to this, like, it's like a tavern, but it's not. It's a union hall.
Yeah.
Like, you used to be a tavern.
For sure, yeah. Yeah, the person you know, her name is Badria, or Badria. Badria, I'll put it in chat. She, her. So I'm gonna put on the NPC sheet that she's basically like a union boss.
Mm-hmm.
She's a shoveler boss, I guess, in this case. So, Badria, she, her. Shoveler boss.
They shovel.
They shovel. It's what they do. Okay, cool. Yeah, so you know Badria, you go into like this God, what would it would be like I think it would be termed like something like it's like a mess hall basically. Like a step up from a mess hall. You go in there, but this is like that the shovelers meet here. And you go in there, and I think just by virtue of the fact that we got a crit, and it makes most sense here, Badria is definitely there. What's something you know about Badria?
She wears her hair in a wrap, and I don't know, like a personality quirk. She doesn't make eye contact, and it's like not out of disrespect. She just doesn't do it.
Interesting.
It's kind of like, I guess, skittish in a sense.
Yeah, a little skittish. Okay. Yeah, doesn't make eye contact is a good one for like when you talk to people. It's like I'm not gonna look at you when I'm talking to you. Yeah, she's I think she has like she's like lost an arm at the elbow.
Okay.
I think is the thing. Yeah. So.
And well, what is this union for specifically? Or this proto-union, I guess.
This proto-union? So the idea for the shovelers is that they are there to they're pooling resources because they started talking to each other and just like, wait, like separately we don't make enough money where we can really support ourselves, but together if we pool our resources we can survive. That's their thing. Like they haven't gotten to the revolutionary phase of let's like do collective bargaining and that kind of thing.
Yeah, they're just in the phase where they're working together to pool resources, as you say.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So that's what they're doing right now. But yeah, like she's lost her arm at the elbow.
What is it, like plumbing? Is it like masonry?
The shoveler. So they work in the forges and workshops, and like they are the people who like shovel coal and stuff like that to keep the forges going.
Gotcha, that makes sense.
Yeah. Their name is very indicative of what they do.
Gotcha.
And this being the charcoal district, they also shovel charcoal. It's dirty and exhausting work is what it is.
So I come in and I walk past, like, I'm guessing like a billboard. There's a bunch of people. They're like looking at the postings. They're like, there's people eating, whatever. And I go to like a counter that's been like loosely fenced off, like chicken wire. And I go up to the counter and I'm like, hey, is Badria in?
The person at the bar, they look at you. It's just like, yeah, she's over there.
I like nod approvingly, and I'm like, and just walk on over. I'm like, Badria, long time no see. How have things been? If I'm not interrupting her, like having a conversation.
Yeah, she hears, like she sees you, I think, and she waves you over with the arm, like with her intact arm. And like there are a few other shovelers that are here. And she's like, Iluka, good to see you. It has been a while. You don't usually come up here. It's a bit far out of your range.
Yeah, but, well, there's been some interesting happenings in the Lapis district. I figured it might be worth giving you a heads up about.
Oh, you want to tell us what's up?
Well, the refugees are mounting some type of protest that could turn into something more in the Lapis district. It's because they're withholding the supplies.
I heard something about that. Didn't really know, but now you're telling me.
As always, you're used to the ground. Well, I just wanted to bring it up to you, let you know what's going on, and see what kind of take you have on it.
Thanks. She obviously hasn't been looking at you. She's been like looking at the other people because she doesn't make eye contact with you when she talks to you. And she's like looks a little bit away from you. It's just like, well, I'm just afraid that if it becomes something more like you say it will, it'll become, well, I mean, you know how the big people here are. They throw their money around, buy some swords.
Yeah. Well, the interesting thing is we seem to have gotten the slayers on the side of the refugees.
She's just like her and all the other people at the table are like, wait, what?
What now?
Yeah, they, like all of them turn to you and are just like, excuse me, what? It's just like,
You did what and why?
how did you have the money?
Well, it's not so much the money as the connections. We have a member of my group. We're called the Iron Loop. Is actually a active slayer, and she was able to kind of pull some weight.
Huh. It's just like they're like kind of just blinks a couple of times. Right. That's huh. Okay. Like she just does not know what to say because this caught her completely off guard. So if something does happen, then they're gonna have some pretty big arms with them. That's good, I think. Right?
Yeah.
So, what... I'm not sure how we tie into this.
And I'm actually not precisely sure as to how they tie into it either.
They could not, honestly.
Why did I come here, I guess?
Yeah.
I think the concept... I'm sorry, go on.
No, please. This is your group having your ideas, so... I
think the kind of idea behind it is... well, if these, you know, like wealthier people are withholding these supplies and it's not going to where it needs to go, that means they're just going to end up stepping on the shovelers, which would be like, oh, we have to, you know, throw our support in with this, and, you know, it might set a precedent that we might be treated better.
I ask, I'm like, so have you and your crew, have you felt any unfair treatment recently?
I think several of them laugh. Just imagery is just like, really?
The normal.
Well, I don't know. It's always it never gets better, you know? The only way it gets better is with us. Between us, working together. That's why we do this, huh?
We're all in this together.
Well,
so
would you like to put your chips in with these refugees? See what can come of, you know, rising up, so to speak.
Yeah, I think this is where we can have a charm roll. Try to get them in to push their lot in with the refugees.
I think Kreta would probably have to not be there.
I believe Iluka went by themselves.
Yeah.
So, I am by myself.
Okay.
Yeah. I think you make it's again a compelling argument of you going against the system that is pushing them down. Mm-hmm. So you're speaking their language is what I'm saying.
Gotcha. So standard?
Standard, yeah, I think.
I don't have charm, so here we go.
Oh no!
You roll that.
You can, yeah, for sure.
Going to do that. That's not that much better.
Oh, so close. I'm sorry.
Well, it's fine.
Yeah. Unfortunately, you may talk the talk, but they don't think you walk the walk.
How many rerolls are?
Maybe they're worried that the spheres will turn on him as soon as things get ugly.
For sure. What were you asking, Greta?
I was just asking, like, mechanic-wise, how many times can a person do a reroll? Is it just one and you have to take the result?
You have to accept your fortune reroll.
Okay,
Yeah.
gotcha.
Yeah. It's whichever is better, but you can only reroll it once with fortune. Yeah, that's exactly what they are. Just like she's just like they chat among themselves and it's like, I don't know, what guarantee do we have? The Slayers will probably turn on them when they get a better offer.
There's no guarantee, but there's also no better opening.
I'm gonna have to talk to some of the others. Can't make this decision right now, but if it is as you say, then there will be shovels out tonight.
That's awesome.
I love it.
Yeah. So
I
if
kind of
this,
like I nod approvingly, and I'm like, it would be good to see.
this is basically you got the 7 to 9 on a on oh gosh, what's that move in Apocalypse World? The large convincing move in Apocalypse World. Yeah, it's a partial success on that move.
I've never played Apocalypse World, so
oh, there is a move in that which is the general move used to like try to persuade people, and on a 7 to 9, it's in Dungeon World too. In Dungeon World, it's oh gosh, I know what it is in Masks because it's the same in Mask. In Mask, it's called Persuade with Best Interest. It's you're trying to do amazing. You're trying to like they need concrete assurance right now to do it. Is basically the thing, and they don't have that assurance obviously, so they're not gonna do it until they have it. What is that from?
Mystery Men.
Oh my gosh, amazing. The shovel.
His character was called the Shoveler. He's a construction worker and he fought with construction tools, but mainly his shovel.
That's amazing. That's beautiful. But yeah, Iluka, you make your way back to the rest of the group in the Charcoal District. Y'all have kind of just been standing around because, like, the rest of you don't really go to the Charcoal District. Obviously, Kreta and Cassandra, you go up here to get weapons. But other than that, it's dirty. It's dirty and filled with smog. Why would you go up in smoke and smog? Why would you go up here?
It's not good for my hair.
No, definitely not good for your hair. That's for sure.
You should save it. Make a wolf tail. It is a noble style.
I'm gonna take your word for it, but I've been growing this my whole life.
How long is her hair?
Long. It's brave long.
Gotcha.
Good descriptor. Also, Shae, I think your camera is stuck.
Is it? Oh no. Yeah.
Oh, that explains a lot.
Yeah, it is. So because turning it on and off is gonna janky up everybody, so we'll hold for a moment.
Okay. I'm glad you all are joining the revolution. This is good.
Yeah, it's fine.
I mean, you know, as you do.
I mean, it's...
He's gonna come back and be like, what the fuck?
I'm gone for...
I'm gone for a day, and look what you've done.
How am I gonna marry the prince now?
I mean, to save his life, that's gotta be worth something.
It's true.
Yeah, I mean, from like, Kreta's trying to...
You're still frozen.
Do I need to...
Yeah, you have to actually...
Turn it off and on, it should be fine because of the way this program does it. It'll be...
How's that?
See? Look at that. She popped right back.
We got it.
Yay!
Hooray!
Alright.
Okay.
But yeah, Kreta's kind of the mind that, well, I have to dig up this corruption and I'm not going to... it would be stupid to face it head on, so weaken them first.
Yeah, exactly. That's the interesting thing for Creta, especially, is like you have that division between I need to enforce the law and like, but justice must be done. Which is a cool dichotomy. It's what we want here.
Also, we get to find out what justice means to Greta.
Justice.
Exactly. Justice. Yeah, so y'all like keep going. Like Luca, you join back up the group and you keep going through the charcoal district. And there's like some smoke that goes in front of you and it fades you away back to Ikeka. You're downstairs and the abbot has returned. The abbot Sozimo has returned.
Yeah, and Ikeka takes a moment to stand back up in order to properly greet the abbot. Sozimo, thank you.
They nod. It's like, the Iron Abbots have seen it fit that your group might do this for us.
Fantastic.
Yes. And they, like, describe the, like, there is a militia fortress that Al-Hakmi generally stays in, and it's like, go in there. As long as you're surreptitious, you should be fine.
I do love Sarah.
Be as subtle as Leviathan. And then I leave.
Yeah, they just blink a couple of times and just just tap their spear on the ground and turn and walk away.
Yeah. Perfect. I gotta go meet up with the rest of the crew and give them this information.
Yeah, totally. I think you all agreed to meet up in a place in the Charcoal District. I think that makes sense.
Sure, yeah.
So the 5 of you meet up. I imagine y'all exchange information. You know, you got some rollers in on this. You have maybe the shovelers in on this. You know where Al-Hakmi is, thanks to the Iron Abbots, who are all good with your plan. They're not going to give you support, but they're all in for your plan.
I mean, they don't need to give us support if they give us information and stay out of our way.
Exactly. Smart. And I think y'all make your way towards the fortress, and we will come back next time for the fortress.
Yeah, that's a good place to end it. Yeah.
If this was a Fortress in the Dark game, like we'll do an engagement roll. We'll see how that goes. But this isn't that type of game, so. But yeah, none of you got corruption this session. Good job. Like,
hooray!
Means we weren't trying hard enough.
You didn't threaten any innocents or like do any blood magic or anything.
I'm gonna go down the alley and stab a homeless person real quick because we can't have this.
I feel like we dropped the ball.
Yeah, like we weren't trying hard enough, guys. We gotta go back and do it again.
9 corruption.
Thank you. Perfect.
Yeah.
Speaking of corruption, what happens when you get 1, 2, 3, 4,
Do you have an order
9
rank?
I get an order rank.
And you gain a fate point.
You gain a
I
fate point.
too.
I also.
Congratulations.
Does it then reset to 0 order ranks?
Yes, it resets to 0 ranks. Just imagine the applause scene from Evangelion. That's what you're getting right now.
Congratulations!
Yeah.
Fantastic.
Congratulations!
Order rank.
Does anything
Order
else
rank.
happen, or it's just?
It's just that.
Okay.
You just get a fate point. Yeah, it's you get an unabashedly good thing. Yeah, and you also get reward points. I think since we're ramping up, things are happening. Everybody gets 200 reward points.
Hey!
Yeah.
That's
Puts
enough.
us 100
for me to
away.
take my last thing, but not enough to take an advanced thing.
I'm slowly
100
catching
away.
up.
Which is fair because I don't have time for the ritual between now and then. But if we survive next session and actually succeed, then definitely.
Yeah, if none of you die in the assault on the fortress,
it should be fine. I'm sure it's fine.
I say assault like y'all are just gonna run in front and be like, "Come at me, and fight everybody."
Come at me, bro!
Is that not?
I mean, Vice would probably.
That's not what we're doing.
Is that not what we're doing?
That will definitely get you all killed for sure.
I do have the badge that lets me do anything I want.
The whatever I want to do badge.
Yeah, that only works to a point,
I
unfortunately.
mean, how? I'm going back to Blades of the Dark. How much stress is it going to cost me to get a flashback to know where the secret sewer entrance is?
That's a 4-stress flashback. Thank you very much. 'Cause
Okay.
there wasn't one to begin with.
All right, min,
You had to make one.
min.
I would like to indulge my vice.
Like a tiny garden shovel digging a hole in the skin of
Yeah, and so that's it. That's the session.
Yay!
Y'all have joined a revolution. Good job.
Ah,
There is like an actual revolutionary faction who's out in the Emerald District who is originally the group that
stabbed me.
Yeah, yep. They're originally the group, and then I was like, wait, no, the conspiracy's more interesting. I need to give you another conspiracy person.
I was like, should we go talk to them? Should we have Iluka go recruit them for us?
we'll send out Luca to go.
Yeah.
They're friends already.
They're
So.
for later
Friends.
for later reference, they are the New Harvest. They're a popular movement led by the charismatic preacher Blixa Marxis, wanting more rights and a stop to price gouging by the magnates. Yeah.
Sounds
They're-
fair.
Yeah, peasant movement, led by a preacher. I don't know which god they're a preacher of, but they're a preacher.
They're a preacher.
So there we go.
All right. Well, we have outros to do, starting with outro.
I am outro. I'm doing nothing other than this on the internet right now. So yeah, you can find me here on Thursdays and on Twitter at outro42. And yeah, the new Magic set came out, so I'm being obsessed with that too.
All right. Since it's usually quicker, let's do Rhys.
Hi everybody, I am not outro. You can follow me at Rhys Dragon on Twitch and find me here on Thursdays currently.
All right. And since she's on that side today, Kelsa.
Hello. I don't know what side's what, but hi. I'm Kelsa. I play role-playing games on the internet. You can find me on Twitter at Kelsa, Twitch and YouTube. It's actually Kelsa Delphi. You can find me on Saturday. We're going to be playing Republic City by Night. I'm pretty excited about that. And then every other Monday, so not this Monday, but next Monday, we play a hack of The King is Dead, bringing it from a one-shot into a long-form game. It's called For Love of the Crown. And that game is weirdly supernatural with werewolves and ghosts and shit. So check it out. And probably Fae.
Probably fair.
Speaking of
Probably Fae.
Fae, segue to Shae.
Yay! Hi, I'm Shae. I am a member of Party Wipe Gaming. You can find me here most days of the week, as I am in most of the games, I believe. I am also a artist, and you can find some of my work on Twitter at GemShae, GEMSHAE. But Twitter's dyslexic, and my Patreon, if you want to support me on Patreon and maybe get discounts and commissions or vote on things that I might draw, then it's Patreon/ShaeGem, which is not dyslexic. Same thing, just the other way around. I tend to stream my artwork Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday at 5:30 East, up until just before, a little bit before I am on stream here on Party Wipe Gaming. That's me.
That you. It's same time.
Hi everybody, my name's Saintguard. I'm a writing streamer, voice actor, game designer, and sometimes jam at tabletop role-playing games. Usually, you can find me over my own channel, twitch.tv/Saintguard. I'm playing Yakuza and finishing 2064 read-only memories over there, so come along for that. I'll be on tomorrow at 10 a.m. Pacific. Come watch some Yakuza, which is mostly me managing a cabaret club. Because why would you do anything else in Yakuza Kiwami 2? There's the rest of the game.
Anything that's interesting.
Yeah, exactly. So you can come watch me do that. You can also find me over on Twitter and Instagram. On Twitter, it's Saintguardly. On Instagram, it's just Saintguard, because unlike Twitter, my username is not taken. I don't know who's taken my username on Twitter, but somebody has, and I'm not going to change it now because that requires so much more effort because it's Twitter. But yeah, that's fine. You can also find me on Saturday, this Saturday, and every other week over on Kelsa's channel. We do Republic City by Night, which is a game I designed. It is a Legend of Korra Fortune in the Dark game. The crew, I am the GM for it. The crew are the G-Dow Detectives, a group of private investigators in Republic City. They're currently uncovering a conspiracy of their own involving the Pro Bending Federation. So you can come check that out tomorrow at 3 p.m. Pacific. Everything's fine. Saturday. That's what I meant. It's not tomorrow. Yeah, there's a day in between. It's Saturday at 3 p.m. Pacific, not Friday.
There you go.
It's fine. Time is an illusion. It's
true.
It's a wide, flat circle.
Yes. You can also, on Subject Publicity Night, you can also check out my Patreon. I also have a Patreon. You can check out my game design stuff there for both Republic City by Night, which you check out all of my work over there for free, as well as there has been a murder, which is my Mobile Frame Zero Firebrands hack, murder mystery hack. So you can come check that out. That one, if you're a patron, you can view the game itself, because it's not finished yet. But once it's finished, I'll probably actually sell it, because I can't sell Republic City by Night because it's definitely very much a licensed property, and I don't know how to go about going and asking Nickelodeon, because I think they're the ones who own the property of Legend of Korra.
Yes,
You just put it on Etsy,
Yeah.
where copyright doesn't matter, apparently.
I'm just gonna keep myself safe and not do that. It's why I'm making another game. I'm making another setting, I should say, which is South of Morning, but that's a different thing. That's me.
All right. Hi, I'm Brindis. You're currently on our channel, Party Wipe Games. Want to thank you for stopping by. I want to thank all of the people who did stop by today. We had a huge number. I think before break we were at 21, which is even significantly higher than what we normally do. Usually around 16 to 18, and so there were a couple more people in and watching. Thank you all the people who hosted and brought more people along. That is great. If you enjoyed what we did, give us a follow, give us likes if you're catching it on YouTube, subscribe if you like, or check out the Patreon, where you can do things like help make NPCs that'll show up in the various games that I run. We do run 5 days out of the week. Currently, we don't have anything set for Wednesdays or Fridays. I'm going to just stop hyping up Fridays, because every time I do, we don't end up doing anything. So I'm just not going to say that something will happen tomorrow, because it usually doesn't. But we'll see. Fingers crossed, maybe. I don't know.
Fingers crossed. I will try to read if you are awake.
Yeah, if I'm awake, because usually I'm dead to the world after work. Mondays, we are starting a new 5th edition homebrew game using the Grim Hollow campaign setting. It was hyped up on YouTube, and looking it over, it is fantastically spoopy, and I am looking forward to it. It's going to be great. Tuesdays, we play an Anarch campaign for Vampire the Masquerade. Wednesdays, as I said, is nothing. Thursdays, of course, we are here. Fridays is nothing currently. Saturdays, we play Tomb of Annihilation, and Sundays is our Curse of Strahd game. So a lot of good tabletop action. If you enjoy us, you can catch us usually at 8:30, unless it's here, which we start an hour early at 7:30. That being said, we are finished. I'm going to find us somebody to raid. I'm pretty sure Lollygaggers is on. Zweihander is on, and that's where the Lollygaggers are. So let's go.
You can go from one Zweihander game to another. You can go to one which is very urban and not as much about adventuring, to one that is actually about adventuring.
Yeah.
Very adventure-y and very grid map.
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah, they are still on, and they will be on for a while. Also, that person's art is pretty choice.
Night, everyone.
Good night, everyone.